dealing with the enemy, so Haru immediately jumps on its back and stabs it in the neck. Ran thrusts his sword into the enemy body, missing Haru by a hair's margin. Haru gets a bit mad at this, but realizes that Ran is simply born an idiot, so he moves on to aid Yu, who's trying to hold her own against one of the cobs. So Haru goes in for the assist and slashes the monster's leg, giving Yu the opening to deliver 2 solid strikes while Mog finishes it by using his new ability called the Air Thrust, which lets him close distance quickly and attack enemies at range. They finally encounter one of the elders, and Shai immediately uses her magic spells to slow it down. Haru tells them that if they play their cards right, they might be able to defeat this monster without sustaining any injuries. But before they could think of a game plan, Ran goes in for a thrust and kills the monster immediately. After that, they descend to the next level, which seems to be an open farmlands of sorts. They all look around, and Yu spots a bunch of weird animal-looking things coming toward them. Ran tries to poke them with his sword, but Haru tells him not to do it, and they start bickering again. Suddenly, Murray tells them to crouch, and they all immediately drop down as they see a bunch of cobs looking around for any signs of intruders. Ran suggests that they simply kill them all, but Marie advises against it, saying that the number of cobs here is insane, and if they get discovered, the cobs will swarm them very quickly. Unfortunately, Ran ends up tripping over a wire which alarms the enemies, and they all start howling and looking around for the source of the sound. Suddenly, they hear the sound of loud footsteps, and Marie immediately freezes on the spot. Haru notices it and tries to call her, but she doesn't reply. He peeks through the bushes and spots the huge monster with black and white patches on his body, who is known as Death Spots, who killed Marie's old teammates. Yu tries to catch a glimpse, but Haru immediately pulls her down just in time while Marie is still stuck in place, having a panic attack. Haru walks up to her and snaps her back to reality, while Spotty has been looking around for them as he consumes Marie apologizes for spacing out and tells them all to follow her quietly. They descend to the next level safely. This level feels like hell itself, as everywhere they look they can only see lava as the temperature rises. They spot a bunch of cobs working with metal and making armor, while Marie tells them that they can't rest here and need to move quickly. Haru starts playing Assassin's Creed and jumps with guards from above, stabbing him in the neck, killing it immediately while Mog and Ran quickly grab the body. They drag the body to hide it while the other cob and finally enter a cave which is filled with beautiful looking plants and statues. They all sit down for some time to get some rest while Marie tells them that this is exactly the place where she lost the 3 teammates. She walks ahead and picks up a staff, claiming that it used to belong to her before, but when they ran, she dropped it down here. While sitting, Yum suddenly gets up, claiming that she could hear something. Ran grabs one of the light plants and throws it in the direction of the sound, only to see 3 hooded figures standing in the darkness. They move forward, and Haru realizes that these are zombified adventurers who didn't receive a proper funeral. Oliver realizes that these zombies are her former teammates, so she goes ahead and calls them by their name, hoping that they will somehow snap out. They too far gone and immediately draw their weapons. Our heroes get ready with their weapons and armor as well, while the zombie mage casts a massive fire magic. They somehow dodge the attack while Mary tells Haru to cover her as she Haru realizes that Marie has recently learned at dispelling magic, which can even reverse back the changes on a zombified corpse. But to do this, she needs to get into close quarters with the zombies. She starts walking towards them unafraid, while Haru realizes that they need to do something. So he tells Mom to deal with the warrior and Ran to deal with the thief as their backup, while him and Yum will go ahead behind Marie. Mog and Ran attack their opponents, while Haru comes face to face with the zombie mage, who dodges his attack and immediately uses a firewall spell to block their view. Ran gets pushed back by the thief, so she uses her shadow magic and giving Ran the chance to attack, but to their surprise, the thief manages to block his blows and keeps fighting even after being stuck in place. Abdul realizes that he might have been mistaken, as a thief is weak against heavy attacks that Mog can deliver, whereas if he fights elusively, the thief can easily engage Ran the entire day without getting tired. While he's distracted, he gets a fireball to the face, forcing them to be more careful. Meanwhile, Mog's opponent seems to be much more agile, delivering a very acrobatic attack, pushing Mog back. Shai immediately uses her sleep magic and shoots it at the warrior, but it doesn't affect it in the least. Meanwhile, Ran screams at her for support as the thief wouldn't stay still. Maraming news. Ito si Abdul. Are you from India? Abdul, you're from India. Haru follows her inside and spots her getting ready to use her dispel magic, so he immediately attacks the mage, forcing her back into the opening to reverse the curse that converts the zombie into a real human being for a second before turning to dust as she hugs her. After that, Haru tells Yun to assist Mog while he will go towards Ran and deal with that problem.
Hindi, may babae naman na ano. May babae nakita ko nila daming bus. Babae.
Haru decides to rush in and starts clashing against the zombified thief, but their skill level seems to be matching.
Mukha to si Abdul, tatlong viewers. Namaste, namaskar, namaste.
He signals towards Ran
Namaste, namaste.
a flurry of attack while Ran uses this distraction and slashes through the zombie's legs, making it drop down while Marie quickly rushes in and uses magic to reverse the curse again. After that, Ran rushes towards the warrior.
Nagpahinga ako sa YT kasi ang sakit ng ulo ko ng nakaka-stress yung ano, pagpasa ng requirements.
Mog slashes away its arms, giving Marie the opportunity to dispel the curse on her final
Grino,
teammate
thank you,
as well.
Grino.
They finally sit down to relax a bit and talk when suddenly a huge explosion is heard.
166
A massive
Grino.
cob enters the cave and starts walking towards them.
Thank you for coming, Grino.
Some serious Vietnam flashbacks.
I will.
Tepe tells everyone to run, but Rand tells him to save himself.
Jocelyn,
Sword at him,
Kara.
Haru barely dodges by performing a slipping maneuver. Spotty grabs his sword and rushes towards him
Karabalos.
once again, slashing at him.
Lucky Charm,
Out of the way
379.
and runs to the other side. He tells everyone to quickly escape while Spotty emerges from the rubble and lets out a big howl, alerting every other cop.
Lucky Charm, wait lang ha.
Rushing with swords and spears to block
Ang hirap
the path.
mag-jacket dito, wait lang, Grino.
Haru tells Mog to use his war cry at them, which makes them
Ang hirap
confused
mag-jacket
and
sa
stand
ano?
in one place, while the
Sa
party
isa kong
escapes towards
cellphone.
the exit. Haru tells Mog to use the skill again.
Ayan. Grino, you have no jacket.
By one of the cobs who tries to
Ang hirap
attack,
mag-jacket
but
dito.
Rand
Jocelyn,
rushes in
check
for
kita,
an attack
Jocelyn,
and
ha.
scares it away. Haru tells Rand
Jocelyn, ano ka?
so
May,
Rand pushes the cobs
wala kang
back
view,
and starts
ano.
running behind his teammates.
Salamat, Jocelyn ha. Jocelyn Caralos. I'm from Bicol, Sorsogon.
Finally ran alongside Mog's sword, makes the jump successfully and lands on the wooden bridge.
Nagmumukbang ako lang.
Their asses quickly as the cobs are increasing.
Lucky Charm, thank you,
While
Lucky
Yu
Charm.
tries to hold them back with her bow and arrow, but it is impossible to stop all of them.
Ay, ang hirap naman
Suddenly,
dito
they hear a
mag-jacket.
loud noise and find Spotty
Salamat,
falling
ano,
into
Newsing
the
sa
structure
BG.
that they are standing on. He finally tears apart.
Naka-duty ka pa ngayon? Di ka pa naka-out? Nasa trabaho ka pa?
He misses the final jump and starts falling. Thankfully, Rand comes in clutch and grabs his
Okay.
arm as Haru dangles above death. Rand tells him to quickly climb up, and as he was climbing, the enemies start shooting arrows at them.
Jocelyn, kumakain ako
Takes out a
pizza.
giant shield and hurls it towards them.
Taga saan ka taga? Sorsogon
Haru
ako.
reaches to safety, but before Rand could reach him, he starts falling. Haru is
Oo,
unable to
dami
grab
kong
his arm
fans.
as he falls down below into the rubble.
Sorsogon City, Bicol
Rand
ako.
screams from below and tells Haru to run away as
Taga saan ka,
now
Jocelyn?
needs to make sure the team is safe. Haru tries to argue but gets shot at and is forced to run away.
Salamat, Jocelyn.
Farmland place and
Kumakain ako sa chicheria. Meron pa ako ditong mani.
Marie to take them out of here
Mani. Tapos meron akong...
immediately hide behind the walls as the
Kumain na kasi ako ng kanin kanina alas
all
6.
get ready to move. Meanwhile, down
Ayoko nang kumain ng kanin sa chicheria na lang.
and shouts at Spotty, claiming that he will be the one
Bohol, ay shout out sa mga taga Bohol.
His cool moment is short-lived, however, as the enemies start barraging him with arrows, once again forcing him to hide.
Kakape ako,
The
Jocelyn.
cobs start
Nanonood
trying to
ako
climb the
anime.
rubble, but Rand doesn't back off easy and starts throwing pieces
Greno, guys.
down
Roseville,
directly
Greno.
to the ground. He somehow manages to escape to the upper level and stumbles his way into farmland and drops down to the ground. The weird pig-looking creature surrounds him, and he decides to use that for his advantage.
Minsan lang ito nag-green. Rogers, thank you.
Composure. He uses his dark magic to summon a demonic creature.
Minsan lang naman to, si
It is
Chiria.
totally useless.
Actually, bawal to sa
The
akin.
creature just wants everyone to die, including Rand. Meanwhile, the rest of the party regroups while Mary heals Haru, and he makes a plan to
Roseville,
find
thank
somehow
you.
and make it all the way to the top without losing anyone in their party. They all start slowly making their way into the farm while one of the
Mamaya,
dogs
mani
gets
na, ma'am.
near the pig monsters,
Susunod niyo yung
forcing
mani.
Rand to stab him in the chest. The dropped weapon of the cop alerts the others, who immediately ring the bells and alarms everyone for the search. Haru and the
Peanuts.
others also hear this, and from above they spot
Katrina,
Rand
thank
make his way
you.
out of this situation.
Hello,
He
Katrina.
hides inside the
Antonio.
closet, catching his breath while enemies search nearby. Suddenly, Spotty ends up breaking the closet and spots him before trying to pummel Rand to death. He somehow
Rogers,
survives and
kill
uses
ya,
his
guys.
bicep ability
Rogers.
to dodge Spotty's attack before limping away. Spotty follows him and would have killed Rand, but Yum uses her bow and shoots Spotty in the eye. while
Katrina,
Haru runs up
thank
to him
you.
and grabs him. The other cobs attack Marie and the others, but she is strong enough to
Madilim no,
defend herself.
madilim.
Mog starts laying waste to anyone around
Lapit
him.
ko yung mukha ko.
She finally decides to use
Yeah.
her offensive magic and creates a bunch of explosions, killing multiple cobs at once while Marie heals Rand as Yu screams that her arrows are over.
Rogers, thank
Haru
you.
tells her to back off and makes his way forward, killing 2 of the wolf beasts before getting back to back with Rand again while his teammates kill other monsters to make way for them to run safely. They take advantage of the chaos and are able to escape to the upper level where everyone takes a breather and Marie heals Rand's wounds. They all start making their way out of this hell, happy to even survive when to their absolute horror,
Salamat,
Spotty climbs to
Jocelyn.
the side of the ravine and tries to attack them once again. Maud rushes in for a strike.
Salamat, Jocelyn. Shoutout sa mga taga-Bohol. Hello. Sa mga kaibigan, kamag-anak, kapamilya ni Jocelyn Caralos from Bohol.
So he rushes in alone and dodges Spotty's attack before grabbing his neck and pushing him back down the ravine alongside himself.
Connect guys,
He tries
Rogers.
to help him, but Rand understands the situation and takes everyone out with him.
Grino guys, Grino. My new friend Grino.
That his wrist is broken, and by the time he patches it up, Spotty wakes up as well. Haru has no idea what to do anymore and almost accepts his defeat when the path opens and he gives it his all. He follows the path with his blade and stabs
Support kay Grino, Grino.
slashing his sword
I think
into
taga-India yata
impales
si Grino.
Spotty in the chest. And he
Grino,
dies
you're
on the
from
spot.
India.
Haru looks around unbelievably but gets so weak that he falls to the ground unconscious. The next time he wakes up, he finds himself in his bed while Maria is sitting beside him. She lets out a cry of joy by finally seeing him wake up again, and he goes down to find out that they all were able to escape safely, and after that they came back again to find Haru lying beside a dead Spotty. That night they celebrate in the tavern while even Renji commends Haru on his skills and apologizes for offering him a gold coin when Man died. The next day, Haru goes on to Man's grave and finally feels like he found closure as he has one last talk with Man's ghost and tells him that he will make sure to lead the team the best of his abilities no matter what they face. Watch this video on the screen next. See you soon.
Salamat, Nyosing. Connect na ito, Rogers. Malapit ang maubos mani na masusunod man. Speaker man, hello.
Feeling happy with his parents.
Ito makang kiripo. Ano daw?
Right now, Tepe is visiting his
Are you from
parents' grave
Indonesia?
to pay his respects. While he's there, he notices
Salamat,
a horse-drawn
malam.
carriage being chased by 3 men in a
Indonesia.
Tepe quickly gets on his bike to
Are you from
catches
Indonesia?
up to the chase and gets into a
Salamat,
fight
malam.
with the
Terima
aggressive
kasih.
men. Things get intense when one of them pulls out a gun. But the carriage driver, Alfred,
Naben
shows his own
Balisen.
fighting skills, taking on another man with a knife.
Naben
The
Balisen.
carriage gets
Naben or
damaged,
Naben?
going out of control.
Thank you.
Tepe jumps into the carriage to assist the woman inside. As they tumble into a
Next is
forest,
Peanut. I'm done
they
with
hold
that.
on to each other. But wait, guys, I think he forgets.
It's
He's
wrong.
not perfect. Meanwhile, Alfred is consumed by anger.
It's
and he fights the last remaining
82.
Tepe wakes
82.
up in the forest. He is unharmed, but how it is possible,
I'm done.
Man,
Next
that's-
is
Leave the comments, guys. Let's continue. Then the
82.
woman wakes up
77
perfectly
plus
fine,
5 is
and she
82.
introduces herself as Princess Charlotte.
Next is
I
Peanut.
think, guys, this is Princess. They make their way
Peanut.
back to the room
Peanut.
where Alfred has a limo waiting for his
Next is Nova.
But Charlotte kisses Tepe on the cheek, and they part ways.
After Peanut, I
Tepe
have
realizes he
Nova
has
here.
14 unread
Nova.
phone messages and is in a hurry. He heads to a luxurious hotel to visit its owner, Arama Ishii.
Peanut.
However, the security guards don't believe him. Just as he's about to
Yung palasa ko kasi.
the elder Ishin comes to his rescue, revealing that Tepe is his honored guest. It turns out that Ishin is Tepe's grandfather.
Bira lang naman to once a week lang.
And they've only recently become acquainted since Tepe's
Once a
parents
week.
passed away. Tepe tells Ishin that he intends to seek revenge on the culprits behind his parents' murder, a decision that Ishin disapproves of. Despite their differences, Ishin takes Tepe to a grand ballroom party where he introduces him to a crowd of well-dressed, wealthy individuals. Tepe, still in his dirty clothes from the morning's chaos, is as surprised as the crowd when Ishin announces that Tepe will be the successor of the Arama financial combine. Ishin allows Tepe to stay in his untidy.
Aviation. Hello,
He
aviation.
rescued someone on his
Namaste,
way.
namaskar.
But even he is taken aback by the revelation that Tepe saved the royal princess of Hazelrigg. Tepe is upset that Ishin sprung the succession announcement on him, but Ishin reassures him that he won't stand in the way of his revenge plans. However, he also warns Tepe that as the new successor, he'll make enemies and needs to build alliances. Most of the
Hello,
people
namaste.
who approach Tepe are insincere, wearing fake smiles, and are wealthy individuals. However, Vincent Van Hossen stands out as a genuine person among the crowd. He introduces his daughter, Little Maria, and mentions that he has another daughter for Tepe to meet. Overwhelmed by the
Yosing.
attention of so many people, Tepe takes a break and is attended to by a maid named
Connect guys sa Nyosing.
caters to his needs. While taking a breather, Tepe spots a woman practicing her swordplay outside the window. Intrigued, he rushes to join her. because he is such a pervert.
You're nothing but a lousy little pervert!
As Tepe appears in front of the woman to praise her fencing skills, she
Combination.
suddenly attacks him. Tepe quickly draws out his wooden sword, and they find themselves evenly matched in skill. Just as the situation escalates, Ishin and Vincent step in to stop them from fighting. It's revealed
Connect guys on your
Sylvia
saying.
Van Hossen, Vincent's daughter, and she's also Tepe's new fiancée. Later, you and the sleeping Tepe are in a limo on your way home after the party. Ishin confides in you about his guilt for putting Tepe in the position of having a fiancé, drawing a comparison to how he forced a certain life on his own daughter in the past.
Laki.
However, he reassures you that Tepe has a choice in how his relationship
Laki
with
charm,
Sylvia
thank
will turn
you.
out.
Neighbor
Arriving at their
Balson.
destination, Ishin has provided
This
a
is Lucky.
mansion for Tepe to live in, and you accompanies him. They enter the
Thank you,
mansion,
Lucky
and Tepe is
Charm,
greeted by many
sa
of his
super
visitors.
chat.
His room is spacious and luxurious.
Lucky
Tepe
Charms
lies on his bed,
379.
deep in
Salamat.
both Charlotte and Sylvia. He calls on you to discuss
Ni-
whether
Nabin ba
financing is
isin?
a common practice in the world of the wealthy. Tepe is curious to learn more about Sylvia's personality and hopes you can provide some insight.
Okay.
The next morning, Tepe gets dressed up for his first day of school, and he notices that you'll be joining
Ano si
him
Lucky Charm?
while they're on their way. Tepe realizes that he'll be attending the enormous and prestigious
Lucky Charm,
school.
salamat sa
Upon
pangkape.
arriving at the academy, he notices that everyone
Lucky
is
Charm,
staring
ano
at him,
yan?
probably because he's from the
Lucky
Arab
Charm
family. With
379.
prying eyes, Tepe rushes to the school's glamorous cafeteria. There, he accidentally bumps into a student named Seika.
Connect guys to my
Happens to be
super
the
chatter.
president of the social club. Seika scolds Tepe for having an unbuttoned collar and invading his personal space by adjusting his clothing.
Kaya bagets, thank you.
Such a well-known figure that her friends, Erica and Ayano, are offended that Tepe doesn't recognize her. While explaining,
Marge, thank you.
Tepe finds
Good
himself
day- good
getting
morning.
an overwhelming amount of unwanted attention from the principal, the teachers, and the students. His classmates.
Good morning din sa Canada.
tries to befriend
Ingat
him,
lagi.
but they are quickly surrounded by other classmates.
Kumakain ka mali.
Tepe from properly introducing himself. Interestingly, Charlotte also attends the same academy and is delighted to
Good morning, Marge.
She's so thrilled to see him that she hugs him, causing Tepe to lose his balance and end up on top of Charlotte on a desk. Just at that moment, someone enters the classroom and finds Tepe in this awkward situation. Shocked by the misunderstanding, she runs away.
Nanonood akong ano,
Tepe and Charlotte have lunch
anime.
together and spot Sylvia on her way to the fencing club.
Ano
Tepe
ba?
confides in Charlotte about
Mali.
Sylvia being his fiancée, and he's troubled that Sylvia saw him in an embarrassing situation in the classroom. Charlotte suggests
Nag-movie
they
marathon
visit
ako
the fencing
paggabi.
club to clear up the
Bago matulog,
in the fencing
nanonood ako
hall,
pelikula.
Tepe notices that Sylvia's swordplay during sparring lacks passion, as if she's lonely for not having any worthy opponents. Realizing
Salamat,
that
Marge.
Tepe is equal with a sword, Charlotte encourages Sylvia to challenge Tepe to a sparring session. Sylvia accepts the challenge and manages to win a fencing match against Tepe. However, she's unsatisfied with her victory, feeling it's
Anong oras sa Canada?
nature of the bout.
Aviation.
Sylvia expresses her desire to face Tepe in a more
Anong oras sa Canada ngayon?
style sword fight in his dojo. Just as they're discussing this, Yu appears to deliver Tepe's Japanese-style sword to him. The two face
Alas 8, alas 9 din dyan.
Tepe adopting a dojo-style stance and Sylvia using a fencing style.
Sa Canada, alas 8 ng umaga, alas 9.
The battle is swift, and in an instant, both fighters have
Oh.
each other's swords at their throats. While it may
Maaga
appear
pa.
to be a draw, Tepe realizes that
Early
Sylvia
morning sa
moves
Canada.
sword faster and gracefully admits defeat. They shake hands, and a sense of friendship begins to blossom. Observing the two being friendly,
Good
Charlotte,
morning sa mga taga-Canada.
while on their way in the limo, Yu suggests to Tepe that he should consider joining the
Sa Nepal, ano?
Yu explains that
7
it's
p.m. in
the
Nepal.
most eligible and influential individuals gather, and both Sylvia and Charlotte have already recommended him to the club. Standing in front of the grand social
Ang aga, no?
Tepe is also
Early bird ka pala.
Upon entering, he overhears people whisper.
Ang aga ng start mo, alas 4.
Seika, the club's president, is not enthusiastic about accepting Tepe and makes her reservations quite clear. However, since the social
Pang
club
umaga
is
ka,
hosting a party
6 to
in a
2.
week, Seika challenges Tepe to prove that he can master the proper and
Ilang oras ka nagtatrabaho dyan?
required for the club by then. If he can meet this challenge, he'll be allowed to become a member. In the days
Oo,
that follow,
opinion.
Tepe diligently practices proper coffee drinking, maintaining a straight posture, and dancing.
Ako rin yung trabaho sa Maynila.
All in
Pag duty ko ay 6 to 2.
party. While Tepe is
Alas
studying
4 pa lang,
later,
gising
you
na
bring
ako.
him some coffee. This simple act
Alas
of
4 o
serving
alas
coffee
5.
reminds Tepe of
Kasi babiyahe pa ako.
who used to do the same for him in the middle.
Nung nasa Maynila pa ako.
Touched by the memory, he reflects on
Pag
his
6 to 2
family.
yung duty ko, alas 4 gising pa ako kasi
Personal story
nagbabiyahe
with
pa
Tepe.
ako.
She tells him that she grew up as a
Naalala ko nagtrabaho ako sa Maynila.
and gave her the opportunity to become a maid. Yu feels a deep sense of gratitude towards Ishin.
Alas 4 rin ako
He
nagigising.
saved her life and gave her a chance at a better future.
Ikaw siguro ano,
To serve Ishin's grandson.
siguro gising mo dyan alas 3, no?
Tepe continues to practice
Kasi
etiquette as he heads to school.
nag-start ka ng alas 4. Aga.
She's seen as the school's villain for being so hard on him. She overhears students discussing her, which only reinforces her belief. Back with Tepe and his friends, they realize that his progress in presenting himself
Ako lang,
with
6 to
proper
2.
etiquette has been minimal. Given Tepe's
At least 12
proficiency
out ka
in
na.
martial arts, Yu suggests that he approach his etiquette lessons as if he were practicing martial
Ako gusto ko yung ganyan
Inspired
duty.
by his idea, the group
Kasi sa hapon,
decided to
makagala ako.
continue Tepe's etiquette lessons. As the week progresses, Tepe, Charlotte, and
Yung
Sylvia
nasa Maynila ako,
the upcoming party at the
yung
social
pinakagusto kong duty
club.
ganyan.
Continues to emphasize to
Morning.
Tepe that he must prove himself as a
Kasi
good
sa
fighter
hapon,
in the club, setting
gala
high
ka pa.
expectations for his performance. Throughout the ball, Tepe proves to be charming. And as he and Charlotte
At least lunchtime na.
stop complimenting
Pag out mo dyan, lunchtime na.
charm. Seika, unable to deny Tepe's charm and charisma, feels frustrated about it. After the party, she acknowledges that Tepe presented himself
Yung Nova,
even though the
malamig na
group
yung
is
kape ko.
celebrating their victory. Seika reveals that she still cannot make Tepe a member of the club. She challenges Tepe to host a party in
Dyan sa Canada, yung tubig nyo dyan, mainit-init mo.
the standards of the club. Only then
Ay, lagi
does
kayong
Seika consider admitting
umiinom ng kape dyan.
while Seika
Tea,
is
kape.
attempting to create art but
Sopas.
struggling to find inspiration for her camp.
Pag malamig yung panang puro kayo soup dyan. Soup,
He tells him about
coffee,
motorcycle
hot
developed
choco.
by the Arima automobile engineers that doesn't fall.
Yung tubig nyo dyan,
Recalls his
mainit.
desire for such a bike but didn't realize you took him seriously.
Rogers.
Now that he's seen the motorcycle, he disappoints the engineers by expressing that he doesn't want it. At the
Aga.
event, Tepe spends time with Charlotte and Sylvia in the social club, where they are trying to plan the upcoming Tepe makes a comment about
Talaga?
Seika not being around, suggesting that she might be neglecting her duties as the club's president. However, Erica and Ayano overhear Tepe's comments and feel insulted, believing that Tepe doesn't appreciate how busy Seika is.
Sa airport?
Tepe is surprised
Wow.
to learn about Seika's background as the daughter of the Haojuan
Oo,
president.
maaga talaga.
And the
Lalo dyan sa Canada, mga ano dyan.
Seika
Talagang maaga talagang pasok yun. Tapos na ako sa Manay, sunod Nova naman.
As Seika arrives at the club, Mezu
Hindi para sa
greets her and
Pilipinas.
expresses his gratitude for being chosen as
Sa Maynila
the
nga, ang aga ko doon.
representative.
Madilim pa lang, gising na ako.
Opportunity to be interviewed at a St. Rose fashion event.
Akira,
However, Seika feels frustrated because she can't seem to find
how is your day?
for the interview. On his way back home, Tepe ponders why Seika harbors such strong negative
I'm eating ano,
before returning home. Tepe decides to visit his grandfather and have a conversation with him about this matter. The following day,
I play you earlier.
Severe
I don't know how many hours that I
explains
played you.
his condition. He is unwilling to admit that he's not fit to represent the social
Until now, I'm
class
playing
in
you.
Rose fashion show interview.
Let me
In his
check.
place, Tepe steps in to fill the role. When Seika
Yeah,
sees
until now,
Tepe
I'm
in the
playing your
fashion
video.
show, she's both surprised and
I
annoyed.
think,
Tepe explains the situation to her, and Seika warns him to give his best during the interview. After the fashion
oo,
event,
until
Seika
now,
and Tepe
I'm
head
playing
to
your
the
video
interview.
since
During the interview, every time the
since
interviewer directs a
in the
question
morning
to
until
Tepe
now.
about the social club,
I don't know
Seika
how many
swiftly
hours.
presses him
I
on
will
the
check
table,
it.
pressuring him to answer correctly. Frustrated by Seika's actions,
Starting,
Tepe eventually tells the interviewer that she
earlier
also
until
has
now,
the
I played
However,
you.
he goes on to explain that Seika's
I think
in-charge
it's
attitude and
already
charisma make her an excellent
6
leader.
hours.
This genuinely flatters Seika.
7 hours already.
After the interview, Seika and Tepe
8 hours.
together. During their conversation, Tepe reveals that he understands
I'm playing for
Seika's
you.
strong dislike
I think,
towards him.
no,
He
7
explains
hours,
that
only
after
7
speaking
hours.
to his grandfather, Ishin, he learned that Ishin
I'm
was
playing
very
7 hours already.
due to his work. This led to his wife
Oh, really?
having an affair with Seika's
You must go
grandfather.
to a chiropractor.
He banished his wife from the Arima family.
Earlier, I played you 7 hours already.
Tepe goes on to mention that
Welcome,
he
Akira.
Seika's desire to have her products sold in Arima department stores.
I'll finish this playlist for you.
These were rejected. Seika's anger towards
Nova.
Ishin is so
Kumakain ka ng
great
Nova.
that it attracts the attention of other patrons in the restaurant. To resolve this, Tepe presents
Ang daming
a letter
betche ng
revealing
pisda.
that he is now in charge of all the Arima stores. He informs Seika that
Welcome.
she can now sell her creations in Arima stores and adds that Ishin wishes to apologize to her and regrets how he treated his grandfather. After hearing this, Seika feels revitalized and finally forgives the Arima family. They raise their glasses, toast with wine, and she thanks Tepe for everything. The following
Kaya bagets is
Sylvia
from
and Charlotte
Canada.
are pleased with the peace they've made with Seika. Charlotte asks Tepe
Huh?
on a date for an upcoming holiday. later, she checks with Sylvia to
Ah.
ensure it's all right with her since
No ba?
Sylvia is Tepe's fiancé.
Kumain ako ng kanin kanina 6 p.m.
Although she hides her hesitance,
Ayoko ng
explaining
ano.
that she only
Ganito na lang
considers
lang.
Tepe a friend.
Nagki-crave kasi ako ng mga
In the
sitsirya.
Hassan household, Sylvia's family can sense that something is
Once a
wrong.
week lang naman to, once a
Despite
week.
her family recognizing that Sylvia
Bawal kasi sa akin sitsirya.
she insists that they are only friends.
Baka sumpagin ako ng UTI ko.
Quickly realizes that Sylvia is reluctant to develop.
Kaya once a week nagki-crave ako. Kape nga, bawal sa akin
Her
kape.
family can never return to their home as a furnish. Vincent reassures Sylvia, telling her that it's all right for her and her sister Maria to let go of their homeland if it means they can be happy. With this thought in mind, Sylvia leaves the dining room. Meanwhile, at the Hazelrink estate, Charlotte is selecting the
Naka
right
25 minutes na ako. Salamat sa nandyan.
Tepe. Alfred, concerned about his mistress, disapproves of her dating Tepe. Sylvia calls Charlotte on her phone, but she is so hesitant to speak that she ends up hanging up. Sylvia is left feeling sad and wondering about what she was going to say to Charlotte.
You want to see my play? Akira,
Tepe and Charlotte meet in
I will show you my play to you.
enjoying the beauty of the city streets. Charlotte is thrilled, as it's a rare
Akira,
occasion
ito ipakita
to
ko
go
ha.
out without Alfred or any of her
Ito,
security
dito.
detail. They have a great time exploring
Nandito sa isang tab,
visiting
oh.
the aquarium and playing with dogs.
Ang play ko sa'yo dito sa isang tab.
Charlotte to takoyaki, and she finds it surprisingly spicy but delicious. The two
Ito,
of them
naka-play
take
pa
a
rin.
ride on a Ferris wheel, enjoying the view and engaging in a conversation about Tepe's
7 hours na to
Charlotte
naka-play.
tells Tepe that his parents' love still resides in his heart, deepening their bond. She hesitantly
Kanina pa to naka-open na ano
marry
ko.
Sylvia, but Tepe is uncertain. Charlotte shares that she and Sylvia have been childhood
Ayan.
friends from
Ito
aristocratic
pinapanood kong
families.
isa, tapos
When
ito.
they were children, Charlotte used to scribble chalk on the floor. Despite
7 hours na yung naka-play sa'yo.
Sylvia's mother had recently passed away in an accident,
Okay?
and she was deeply mourning.
Kila
the loss.
Rogers, thank
Sylvia had
you.
written a letter that she intended to give to God, asking him to bring her mother back. He embraced Sylvia. as
Kanina
they
pa yan
both
naka-open na
shared
laptop
dreams.
ko.
Vincent gifted Sylvia a pendant with her mother's
Aviation.
picture, and they shared another heartfelt hug. This story makes Tepe realize that even the wealthy can experience deep
Welcome.
sadness in their lives. After the Ferris wheel ride, Charlotte hugs Tepe tightly from
Nakailang oras ka kanina?
never to forget about her, no matter
Aviation.
what happens. Meanwhile, Sylvia
Ilang hours yung live mo kanina? Naglalaba ako kanina.
Tepe surprises everyone by
I'm
deciding
having my laundry
to
earlier.
a hot spring resort.
Lalaba ako habang nakikinig
Travel
sa'yo.
to the resort is by train, and all of these friends gather at the station.
Naglaban na naman ako kanina
Once
pagkatapos
the
ng
let
live
his
ko.
schoolmates
5 hours,
experience a
okay, it's
vacation
better.
spot for
The more the...
as most of them are used to luxury.
Ano? Mas
However,
mahaba, mas
the
maganda.
girls don't know
Maximum mo
how to
10
do a
hours.
ticket check, which earns Seika the admiration
No, I
of the
eat
others
rice
for the
earlier.
handling of the process. Upon
I
arriving
eat
at the
rice
resort,
6
the girls
p.m.
find their rooms to be
Rice
quite
and
comfortable.
veggie.
Tepe encourages you to stay
Ano ginataang, ano ba yun? Ginataang
despite
papaya na may
the
chicken.
which makes you uncomfortable. In the boys' room, Tepe and his male schoolmates plan to sneak a peek at the girls'
Uminom ako
dominance
kape.
of culture. Tepe
Naubos na
assures
yung
them
ano
that
ko,
he's an
organic ko
expert
na
at
kape.
making it seem like his actions are just accidents. He becomes the leader
Black
of the
coffee, malamig na nga eh.
On the girls' side, the girls are already anticipating that the boys might try to spy on them.
Oh, 10 hours.
Takes
Much
her
better
sword
pag
back,
10 hours.
just in case
Maximum
they
na yung
defend
10 hours.
themselves. And the war begins. While the men are eavesdropping, they overhear the women talking about each other's bodies from the other side of the wall. One of the soldier can't
I-try mo, kaso
and goes to the women's
nakakapagod
side,
mag
but ends
ano?
up badly injured. The remaining soldier
Nakakapagod
pays his
mag
sacrifice with a salute. But
salita.
they continue their efforts to get another opportunity to
Ako
approach
dati
the
3 hours
outside of
maximum
that
ako.
house. They discover trapdoors
Ako dati everyday 3 hours. Kakapagod. Nanunuyo yung lalamunan
Only
ko.
the last soldier Tepe is left. As he proceeds with the mission, he steps on a mine.
Maganda na yung ano,
The girls see a shooting star. Only
maganda na yung content mo na reaction video.
And due to Tepe the men's win,
Kasi kahit di ka magpakita.
the boys for trying to peek at them, except for you, who tells Tepe that she would undress for him if ordered. Since they are all on vacation, the girls forgive the boys, and they continue to enjoy
Reaction
their
video is
fun playing table
good
tennis,
content.
singing karaoke, eating together, and participating in various vacations.
Yung ibang nga nagtitrending mga
As the day
ganyan.
comes to an end,
Yung ibang-
the girls are in their bedroom,
yung ibang
talking to
reaction
each other
video
as they
trending
prepare to
talaga.
sleep. Seika believes that
Naben,
Tepe
Bas,
really
Bal,
wants to
Ise,
party and have
Naben,
fun instead.
Naben.
She plans to announce next week whether he will become
Where
a
are you
member
from?
of the
It's
social club.
time check.
During
It's
this
9:36
conversation,
p.m. in the
Seika,
Philippines.
Charlotte, you, and Sylvia all admit to liking Tepe. They make a pact not to harbor resentment.
Naven, Bal, Isen, or Naven, Bal, Isen. Thank you.
Decides to be with someone outside of their group.
In the
Even
Philippines,
this past the
it's
hot springs
9:36
pact,
p.m.
Yarama automobile engineers show
Where are you
Tepe
from, my
the
friend?
first
Naven,
fall
Naven.
motorcycle design, which now includes women's
You from
legs.
India?
Tepe still does not like this idea, despite the
Pakistan, Nepal.
modifications. As Tepe heads to school, he's delighted to
Or
see
Indonesia.
Charlotte in the morning. Sylvia observes their encounter and recalls the hot springs pact. However, despite the pact, she can't help but feel jealous. Unexpectedly, Alfred bursts into the hall to chase after Tepe for being with Charlotte. They manage to escape.
Yeah, Akira, it's okay. Nilo, thank you.
Charlotte twists her ankle. Tepe
Ingat lagi,
shears
Akira,
her,
ingat.
carries her in his arms and rushes her to the infirmary for treatment.
Have a good day there, Akira. Have a good day.
Suddenly falls from the sky, catching the attention of the
Nilo,
students.
hello,
They
Nilo.
look up and spot a massive white blimp overhead. A man skydives down to the school, landing right in front of Charlotte as he had intended. Sylvia recognizes the man as Hartman Veselheim, the most prominent businessman from
Yes, Akira. I'm going to sleep after this.
The Arama Group. Hart kisses
I'm going to
Charlotte
sleep after my live.
introduces himself as her fiancé, leaving everyone, including Tepe, in stunned silence. After Hart leaves, Charlotte is left in stunned silence. Tepe breaks the ice by inviting her to the Arama Hills Hotel, which lifts her spirits, and she becomes excited about the
Yaya
trip.
Bagets,
That night,
please
Sylvia
return to
overhears
Grino
her
Vlog
father
TV.
having a serious conversation
Kinikitang
over the
kalano.
phone. She listens
Please leave
with
some
wide
comments,
eyes and
Grino.
open mouth. The next
You
day,
comment, okay? You
Sylvia
comment.
confronts Charlotte about the secret construction of
Later,
nuclear silos
Yaya
by
Bagets
which
will
the
return, okay?
Hazel
Later.
Rink and Furnish. Charlotte
You leave some comments, okay,
doesn't
Grino?
believe her father is aware of it either, according to what Sylvia overheard from her father's conversation. These
Rosebell,
silos
thank you,
were likely
Rosebell.
initiated by a mysterious third country,
Connect to Nilo's vlog.
breaking the alliance between Hazel Rink and Furnish.
Taga Indonesia yata yun. Rosebell, thank you, Rosebell.
Someone is eavesdropping on them. Seika
Nakalimutan kong
reveals
taga saan
herself
si
and tells
Nilo.
the two that she will keep what she
Nilo,
heard.
you're from
She also
Sri
shares
Lanka,
that
right? Sri
her
Lanka.
uncle informed her of rumors that Arama Hills will be attacked tonight. Charlotte receives a message from Tepe.
I forgot your country
They will be in
again.
Arama Hills tonight.
I have memory
Tepe
gap
can do
already.
something to prevent the attack. Charlotte feels confident and plans to go. In the Arama Hills lobby,
Wait, I will
Tepe
charge my
crosses
phone.
paths with Hart and his assistant, Josephine. Hart confirms that he's at the hotel for a business meeting with Isham. Hart and Vincent arrive at their meeting spot, and the conversation they are about to have is so critical that Hartman asks Josephine to leave while they talk.
Grino, you leave some comments, okay? Don't you worry, Yaya Bagets will return, okay? If you leave some
To
comments,
construct secret nuclear weapons near the resort, with the intent of destroying relations between.
if you subscribe, guys, please leave some comments,
Charlotte
okay?
arrives at the Arama Hills suite, where Tepe had arranged to meet her according to a phone message. However, upon opening the door, she finds the room empty.
I'm done with my
Tepe is
Nova.
elsewhere, outside his mansion, practicing his swordplay with you looking after him. Tepe checks his phone and wonders why Charlotte has left him so many messages. He decides
Lalo.
to call her, but the
Basta yung
moment
kape ko.
Charlotte reaches for her phone, the entire Arama Hills experiences a blackout. In the midst of the darkness, Tepe receives a
Wait lang, ha.
mysterious message from someone
Yan lang kayo.
claiming to have killed his parents and now having his lover. Armed men have infiltrated the Arama Hills Hotel during the blackout. They forcibly entered the meeting room where Ishchin, Vincent, and Hart were gathered. Leading the charge is Josephine, Hart's secretary, who reveals her betrayal. Simultaneously, three masked and armed men have entered Charlotte's suite and have restrained her. The leader among them maintains a calm demeanor and tries to make Charlotte's situation as comfortable as possible. In contrast, the other two can't help but fawn over her. The intruders set up a miniature TV to check if their actions have made them.
Where are we?
Unfortunately, they find that
Don't
no
forget to
news
click
reports
the
mention
bell.
the
Thank
invasion of Arama
you.
Hills. Only the blackout is being
It's okay,
reported
Yaya
elsewhere.
Bagets. You leave some comments, okay?
Seika is talking to her grandfather
Leave
over the
comments.
phone, thanking him for not leaking information about the invasion of Arama
Leave
Hills.
comments, guys, when you are
Her men puzzled
subscribing.
about why their activities are being censored.
When you're
Adding
subscribing to
their panic,
someone,
Josephine and her men discover that the control room of the building has been accessed from the outside. It turns
When
out
you
to be
watch-
you and a
after
team
you
of
watch-
skilled hackers who have taken control, using their expert computer skills. With their access, you regain
After
control
you
of
watch the
building's
video.
surveillance cameras. Through these cameras, Tepe and you see that Charlotte, Ishchin, Vincent,
It's important to
are
watch the
all
video
restrained within
first.
the building. The invaders cut off
Leave
the
comments
main
after you
access to the
watch
camera
and
system,
then
uploading the virus to slow down her
subscribe.
activities. Nonetheless, Tepe is
That's the
determined
important
to go
thing.
to Arama Hills, and despite Yu's hesitance, he reluctantly uses the motorcycle with the women's leg attachments. As they speed down the road, Solia appears and tells Tepe that she will go with him. During their journey, they are ambushed by gunmen on bikes, but Tepe presses a button that transforms the legs into missiles, defeating the attackers. Meanwhile,
Subscribe
Charlotte's
and,
captivity. Her
don't
captor
forget that
reveals
click
that he
the-
was born
to
into
click
a
the
poor family and has always looked at Arima Hills as if
Notification bell,
he sees
yeah.
the unfairness that some people live in hell while others, like Charlotte, are in heaven. Charlotte reasons with her captor that the rich and the poor
Subscribe and
understand,
notification
but the
bell.
masked man is not willing to
Don't
entertain
forget
the
that,
idea.
guys.
Elsewhere, Tepe and Sylvia have successfully infiltrated the building and are following Yu's instructions through their interlinked device to silently navigate the premises and ambush the enemies along the way. They encounter heavily armored men from the Arima SB unit, who are summoned to handle the situation. This adds to Josephine's frustration, as their activities remain unknown to the public. Overshadowed by the news coverage of an idol group, Hart suddenly charges at Josephine, but Josephine guns down her former master. She wears a sinister smile, relieved to see her former master gone. She explains to Isshin and Vincent that their group's goal is to ruin the reputation of the Arima group. Despite admitting that she has lost the battle for the building, she remains confident that she will win the war. Josephine orders her men to retreat, including Kaju was a perverted broke-ass scumbag who lived a depressing high school life on the Demon District Island where demons and humans coexist. However, his peaceful life of
Thank you guys for
waiting
staying
to
there.
hit it big with a crypto airdrop was destroyed when he acquired the powers of the fourth progenitor, a powerful vampire so dreadful that his existence was thought to be a myth. While walking one evening, Kaju witnessed a girl trip and was in the perfect position for him to feed on her. But he held his impulse because he understood the bro code and didn't want to ruin a fellow bro's date. The next day, while studying for his makeup exams, he complained that he wanted to shop for the latest hentai. But Yaes reminded him he needed to take the test or he'd drop out and turn out to be a useless failure like his dad. Apart from Yaes, a girl named Asagi also accompanied him to make sure he finished the key topics. But Kaju thought she was just looking for an excuse to get free lunches from him. After a while, she decided to leave for work, so Yaes also followed her because two guys sitting at the edge of a restaurant was totally sus. After paying for their meal, he became so broke that he couldn't afford the train home, which made him walk in the hot sun. When he noticed the stalker was secretly following him, he headed into a mall and tried to lose her. However, she was so persistent that he had to fake a rom-com encounter.
Ayan, bago mo upload yan.
Hoping to reveal her true intentions. The girl quickly took a defensive stance,
Bago mo
thinking he was
upload,
going to
check
attack her, but when she called him the fourth progenitor, Kaju spoke to her in Italian so it looked like he was a foreigner who didn't understand what she was saying. She went ahead to call his name,
ito ba yung ano, yung 1 minute?
before walking out of the mall. He noticed that the dumb girl's
I'm watching.
attracted some delinquent pervs to her, which made him observe them for a bit. He noticed they wore silver bands, which was the identity of demon registration members, and when the men tried to harass the girl, he moved to intervene only to stop when the girl lashed at the men using fancy moves powered by lightning magic. He noticed the Giga Ugly was a werewolf while his partner was
1
a
minute.
D-type vampire, who for some reason doesn't get
almost 2
barbecued by the
minutes.
sun.
1
The
minute
vampire
54
immediately
seconds.
released his magic restraint, causing the surveillance department to issue a temporary evacuation to ordinary civilians in the area. The vampire went ahead and summoned a flaming horse familiar ready to clap the lowly who refused to call him daddy. She wasn't the least scared and proceeded to equip herself with a mechanized spear she called Sekiru. With this spear, she one-shots the super-fast horse, sending it back to the depths of hell to meet my ex, after which she launches herself up to slay the vampire. Just then, Kaju interfered with the battle and told the vampire to make himself scarce, reminding him to stop hitting on lowlies. When she asked
Nilo's
why
Vlog
he
done
defeated,
said
he responded that it was
Grino.
normal
Nilo's
to
Vlog,
stop
are you
anyone
still
bullying
there,
the weak.
Nilo?
She revealed that she wasn't breaking
Grino
any
is
rules
connected
since he
to you
was the
guys.
first
Please
person
return,
to
guys,
use
to
magic in a
Grino.
public area, and even summoned a familiar.
Please return to
Kaju
Grino,
reminded her she
guys.
was the one that
Grino
attacked
is
first,
connecting
even
to
though it was because
you.
he saw her plot. It wasn't enough to
Taco
attack her
Bell,
since she
hello
was
Taco
ugly.
Bell, how
Winkun
are you?
decided to embarrass her again, which made her accuse Kaju of
How are you,
cheating,
Taco
but he
Bell?
told her it was her fault for standing on top of a truck like
How
a
are you,
boss.
Taco Bell? Wait,
She
I'll
came down
just
and packed up her sword, and after she left, Kaju stumbled on her wallet, where he found out her name was Yukina. The next day, he went to her school hoping to return her wallet, but when he learned she wasn't present from a teacher, he decided to wait outside
Hi,
her school.
Taco
While he went
Bell.
through her wallet like a
Kumus-
creep, he was suddenly turned on by
Magandang
her
gabi.
scent, which made his vampire urge kick in. He managed to keep
I'm
it in
still
check
watching
by
your video,
sucking his
Yaya
own
Bagets.
nosebleed. But Yukina
Di na ako
had a
mag-comment,
glimpse of
Yaya
what
Bagets,
happened
ha?
and concluded he was a degenerate pervert who even got a nosebleed.
Ay, ano ko na lang, i-share ko na
Girl's
lang.
wallet. He tried to tell her a surfboard
I-share ko sa
shouldn't
aking
think so highly
community.
of herself,
Ay,
but
asan na
this
ba yun?
only enraged her, so she tried to take the wallet by force. He told her
I-share
to
ko na lang,
explain why
wait.
she was following him the previous day, but the impatient
Para
girl
maraming
moved to
views.
unbox her spear because violence is always the answer. However, her stomach
I-share
started
ko to sa
growling,
aking
and since he
community.
noticed there was money in her wallet, He
Ayan,
apologized
bagets
for making her
naka-share sa
starve
aking
by handing
community
it to her.
yung
He also made
latest
her buy
upload.
him lunch as thanks for not stealing her
Naglaro
wallet.
kayo sa
And
beach.
while they ate, she explained she used to attend a training school for the Lion
Ayan,
King
nasa community ko na.
organization.
Taco
Clueless
Bill,
Connie
thank you,
had no
Taco
idea
Bill.
about the
Connect guys
organization,
to
which was
my,
shocking since it was a popular sect that hunted vampires and demons. So she explained that they are a secret agency that works to prevent large-scale magic disasters and terrorism. She revealed she is a sword shaman who was sent by the organization to observe him, but he was more shocked because the organization chose to ignore her flatness, which was a much greater threat to humanity than he was. She goes on to state that he is considered to have the strength of an entire nation's military, which meant his existence was a threat to the balance of power. She asked if there was a reason he was hiding his identity as the fourth
Usanda Jaha Sanka, hello. Usanda, are you from India or Indonesia?
She claimed it was impossible for a human to
Thank you, Usanda. Where are you from? From India. I love India.
This made him reveal that the previous fourth progenitor forced him to be her heir.
Thank you, Usanda. Wait, I'll check your channel.
To cause him pain, so he had to stop thinking about it. She decided not to pry
India,
further,
namaste,
still had
namaskar.
permission to observe and eliminate
Namaste,
him if necessary,
namaskar.
so she'll be accompanying him everywhere if possible. Some days later,
Thank you so much, my
relocated to
friend
the room next to him to
Usanda
make
from
her stalker
India.
job easier.
Wait, I'm gonna
While
check your
inside
channel
the room,
first before I give you
noticed she
some.
barely had any property, not
Moderator,
even a futon to sleep on.
Usanda
She told
from
him she
India.
could sleep on the bare floor. This made
You
him realize why
vibe,
she
you're
was
a
so
boy.
unusually flat, so he made her promise to go
Thank
shopping
you,
for some
Usanda.
household necessities.
Namaste,
Later that day,
brother.
He went to take his final makeup exam with Natsu.
Grino Dan
his
said
English
Yaya
teacher, and
Bagets.
an
Thank
attack mage
you.
who was actually 26 years old.
Usanda from India.
Despite her
Thank
lowly
you.
look,
Connect
as well
guys to
as
my
one of
super
the
chatter
few
Lucky
people who
Charm
knew that he was the fourth
379.
progenitor. After evaluating him, she asked about the incident where a vampire unleashed a familiar in town while reminding him not to do anything stupid that would reveal his true identity.
Saan na ba yun?
He then asked if she
I-share
had
ko
any
pala
knowledge
si
of the Lion
Lucky
King
Charm.
organization, which made her explain that he should stay clear
Lucky
of any
Charm.
of their members because the whole agency was
Nakalimutan kung
basically set
taga
up
saan
to
si
deal
Lucky
with
Charm.
anomalies
Lucky
like
Charm, madyan ka
Still,
pa?
the
Taga saan
stupid
ka
guy
ulit?
decided to accompany Yukina to the
Lucky
mall that
Charm
afternoon. From her
3,
behavior, he learned that she didn't have
7.
much knowledge about the outside world as she thought everything was some
I-share
kind
kita
of
sa
powerful
community ko.
weapon. Back at the apartment
266 si Lucky
building,
Charm.
he stumbled on Nagisa, who is Kaju's sister.
Share ko yung mga ano mo, mga
He found
short
out they were
video
friends from school. In his room,
para
Yukina even helped him with
dumami
his
yung
homework
views.
despite being 2 classes above her. She noticed he was on the basketball team, prompting
Tsaka
her
yung
to
short
ask if he
video.
quit because he became a vampire. He told her that was not the case and that he was a selfish player who
Short
his
video.
teammates secretly hated.
Connect
so he
guys to my
just
super
quit.
chatter
He also
on the top.
claimed he thought about using his new powers to fight evil, but he felt the world didn't need another Batman.
Any
While
name
heading out to the
suggestion for
convenience
a
store
car
later that night,
edits?
They stumbled on Natsuki, who wanted
So
to
what do you do
discipline
with
him
the
for breaking
car?
curfew.
It
Just
depends
then, there
of
was a big
what do you do with the
explosion at
car.
other end of town, so they used the distraction the
So
explosion
how do you
created
edit
to
the
run
car?
away. They noticed that it was a very big
How do you
familiar that
edit
was
it? It
wreaking
depends
havoc, and
upon
this
your
prompted
editing.
Yukina to arm herself ready to investigate the situation.
So
When Kaju asked to accompany
what do you
her,
think?
she told
What
him he
is
was walking
your
on thin
thinking
ice and
about the
shouldn't
name
make
of?
any moves that would draw
And
unwanted
after
attention to himself. She
you
jumped
you
on top of
type
a
what you're
moving train
thinking,
that took her
I will
close to the
suggest
location
something.
where she found the Phoenix familiar. And its master
I'll
who looked
suggest.
like someone who just saw his
I will
negative
suggest.
paternity test.
It depends
When it attacked
upon
with its
your
flame breath, a giant hand manifestation
what you're
deflected the
editing
flames
there.
into smaller bits that hit Yukina's train,
Tikit sa'yo.
causing it to crash.
Salamat
She
Lisa
escaped
Jane
unhurt,
Caballero. Oh,
dominating the Phoenix by
Caballero,
breaking its
are you
magic,
from
while the master was
Sorsogon?
also defeated below.
I have classmate Daniel Caballero in
She told him to
college.
stop fighting the disabled demon as it was against the treaty to attack.
Are you in
As a
Sorsogon?
response,
Because
the man made it
thank
clear
you.
he thought the treaty was crap and moved to finish his fight.
Edit
with the
videos
giant
of
axe.
cars and
Yukina
upload
blocked
on
his
TikTok.
attack with her spear,
Ah!
which the man recognized to be the Demon Slayer spear,
Lahat
which is the secret
andito.
weapon of the
Ano
Lion
daw?
King organization.
Jensen
This
ka?
only made him more excited as
Alam mo
he
ano?
requested a duel while introducing
Sa Sorsogon may
himself as
Caballero akong
a
kaklas.
combat
Caballero.
beacon from Europe. When he moved to attack,
11,000 laki ng bahay ni
her
Lisa.
spell
Nakadikit
used
na ako sa
special
Elisa.
invitation and immediately took
Bigyan
the
kita ng
offensive by
jacket.
launching fast-paced strikes that pushed him back. However, he used
So what do you
to
think? What's your what
hitting her
what
with a
do you
powerful
Lagyan kita.
blow
Uy, ang laki ng bahay mo,
she blocked the
11,000.
attack. Rudolph called his familiar from
Jensen,
above,
guys,
used the
taga
giant
Jensen
hand
si Lisa.
manifestation to attack her. She managed to
Ah,
stop the
oo,
hand for a
kalat-kalat,
little while,
no?
but the familiar suddenly manifested a second
Dito sa Sorsogon
hand
may
that was about to
kaklase
crush
ako ng
her. Her
college,
life began to
Caballero.
flash
Napakagaling
before
sa
her,
math.
although it was mainly
Engineer
Kaju's
kasi
face she
engineer
saw
yun.
for obvious reasons. Just then,
Kaklase ko
Kaji
ng
showed
first
up
year,
and made the
second
familiar
year.
take a
Engineer siya,
ping-pong bat with
engineer.
a single punch.
Tapos ang
His
nag-third year
vampire
kami,
eyes suddenly
iba-ibang course na
activated,
kami.
causing Rudolph to recognize
I'm from
him as a
Sorsogon
noble vampire
City,
who could be the
Bicol.
rumored fourth progenitor. Kaju begged him to leave the town
Sorsogon
immediately, but
City,
he claimed he
Bicol.
was on a mission to
Region
acquire
5
a
ka na,
large
Region
amount of
5.
magic powers. His familiar
Lisa
rose up ready for
from
another round,
Jensan.
so Kaju rallied to give
Usanda,
her a piece of him.
Jahao.
This
I'm
time,
from
he was blown
Sorsogon,
away by her
Usanda.
punch,
Check ko si
eating him to the
Usanda.
sky covered in blood, but
5
this only made
subscriber
him surge
kasi.
with more power. He began to surge with great power like a charged Pikachu, which made him
Philippines. I'm from
like those
Philippines.
unnecessarily
Sorsogon
awful
City,
werewolf
Philippines.
transformations.
Usanda, I'm from
Sorsogon
City,
The next day, the
Philippines.
reporters announced that although there were no known casualties,
Welcome
from the
Lisa
midnight
from
incident,
General
it caused a
Santos
blackout in
City.
the area, and also the
Ako
destruction of the
Sorsogon.
train
Dito kami sa
linking the
Bicol.
island to Tokyo. On their way to school,
Salamat ha, thank you
Kaju
for the
asked if she
support.
was going to report the incident to her organization as his outburst caused the
Napapaantok
blackout.
lang ako.
But she responded that he wasn't.
Connect to my super
decided
chatter
to
Lucky
thank him
Charm
for saving her life.
379.
She revealed that she might have
Palambing
to report what
naman.
happened
Langga,
eventually, so she
balikan ko
asked why
rin.
he suddenly
Kayo
went
ayan.
berserk with the
Lisa guys,
Pikachu
Lisa.
to which he responded that he couldn't
Nakadikit na ako
move
sa'yo,
forward
Lisa.
because they hadn't
Matagal na
accepted
akong
him as their
dikit.
master. When she asked
Ewan
why
kung
the
bakit kita
familiar's
nadikit.
inherited
Matagal na akong
previous
dikit sa'yo.
progenitor had not accepted him. He explained that it was most likely due to the fact that he was a virgin vampire. She almost volunteers to help him out like any good
Madilim,
friend.
paliwanagin ko.
What he
Ayan,
told her what he
maliwanag
really
na.
meant was that he hasn't sucked a human's blood yet. In class, Asagi complained that she had to work
Nakabel ako
overtime to
sa'yo.
program a new software after the previous
Nagla-live ka rin?
incident blew the island's mainframe. Kaju
Kaya
thought she
nagla-live
was
ka, anong
pretty
oras ka
cool as she could
nagla-live?
work as a tech genius to
Siguro
help out the
napuntahan na
island,
kita sa
unlike
live.
him who was useless and broke. While they conversed,
Jimmy
the rest of the
Davidson,
class
hey,
boys gathered
Osanda,
around to
I
look at their
recommend
school's
Bugatti.
latest hobby.
Ayan.
And when they found out
Jimmy,
she was in
thank you.
Magnus's
Ganon
class,
ba, host?
they met
Now
Kaju to
lang
hook
ako.
them up.
Okay
He soon
lang,
found
no
out
worries.
Yukino was the girl they were talking about, and
Kambal
while he
ko
couldn't fathom
nakadikit
why they
sa'yo.
were in fact running with her,
Okay lang, walang
he showed up
problema.
and instructed him to come to the
Salamat
castle
sa
and meet with
pagsukli.
Yukina because she knew it was
Matagal na akong
leaving
dikit
around
sa'yo.
the
Ewan ko
convenience
saan tayo
store
na.
the previous night. On hearing
Anyway,
he was
salamat
hanging
sa
out with the
pagsukli.
babe at night. The other guys
Jimmy
looked at him
Davidson,
angrily
thank
while
you.
Asagi thrashed the assignment. She helped him right out of
Yan na ako
jealousy.
nag-LSOS
The
premiere
council
lang
group,
ako.
Natsuki
Sige,
explained to them
sige.
how there have been
Every
several
Saturday,
incidents
sige,
where
pag
vampires
na-tsempohan
have
ko.
been attacked at night. She told him he was also a
Nakadikit,
visitor
nakabel
to the
naman
party,
ako
so
sa'yo
he should
eh,
avoid
nakabel.
meeting girls at night.
Pag available ako,
Yukina
attend ako ng...
suggests they find Rudolph and his
Attend ako ng premiere
before the
mo.
police do because if he were captured alive,
Matagal na akong dikit sa'yo. Ewan ko lang kung saan tayo
he might reveal his
nagkadikit.
identity to the public. She even made a list of buildings belonging to the church where they could be hiding. However, Kaju told her
Pag na-champo ko yung
plain
premiere
sight
mo, attend ako.
blended perfectly.
Si minsan busy ako sa trabaho.
Worked for the island data
Busy rin ako sa
to do a full
trabaho.
scan of offices
Nakaka-support
belonging to the
lang ako
church, but she could only
pag
find a
available
single
ako.
connection. He and Yukina immediately headed to the abandoned homunculus facility
Lisa,
that was
welcome,
abandoned years ago,
welcome.
but when they got to the main floor, she told him to sit out the battle as he is an amateur who, despite being overpowered,
Grino
was
vlog
useless
guys, connect
no
guys to
matter
Grino.
what. He
And my
explained
super
that he was
chatter
just
Lucky
worried
Charm
about her because she didn't
379
look
on the
capable
top.
of taking
Lisa
initiative
Jane
at the same
Caballero
time.
guys from
And with that argument, she decided
General
to allow him to
Santos City,
accompany her while
guys.
making him promise to obey her every command. When they got
She's
to the
doing
door,
a
it looked
premiere
rusty
every
and unused,
Saturday
which made
guys.
him
Maybe
think
we
that they
can
had the
support
wrong
Lisa
address.
Jane
However, she
Caballero.
used her spear to dispel the illusion magic,
Okay.
which allowed them access into the facility that had so
Grino,
many
guys,
homunculus
Grino.
made out of all the nut he thought were safe
From
in the
India.
trash
Trabaho
can.
unahin.
One of the homunculus showed up and told them to leave the place.
Nagla-live
as the
ako
island would
before
soon sink
ako
because it was
magtrabaho,
only a
nagla-live ako.
transient
And
earth
then,
floating over an
after
intersection of dragon
ng
maidens
trabaho,
from the
bago
sea.
matulog,
Rudolph
nagla-live
also
din ako.
showed up explaining that they were about to find the treasure
Kahapon
beneath the
nga,
island stable.
2 days ako din
And once they
nakapag-live
removed
kasi
it,
nag-a-apply
it was
ako ng
going to
bagong
sink.
trabaho.
Kaju was more pissed that he was using a
Nag-a-apply ako
girl
ng
to host
bagong
the familiar,
trabaho.
but the man claimed it was the only way to make a familiar
Kaya di
obey
ako
a
nakapag-live
non-vampire,
ng...
knowing full well her life force would be rapidly
Ilang araw
drained
di
if
ako
he
nakapag
continued.
2 days.
He explained that he tried to avoid that by
I'm
feeding the
applying
island
for a
vampires
new
to her, which
job.
also helped her complete the spell sealed in her. Yukina accused him of using her like a tool, but he
Kasi
reminded her
ngayon
that the
freelance
Lion
trainer
King
lang ako. I'm a
organization
freelance
literally bought her
trainer.
from her
Freelance
parents on
lang
eBay
ako.
and was using her the same way.
May
The
bakante
whole talk
sa
only made Kaju so
DSWD,
mad
may
that he
bakante
unleashed
sa
his Pikachu familiar in a blind
DepEd.
rage.
Kaya
This
nagpasa
time,
tayo ng
Rudolph's
mga
familiar materialized
requirements.
into a full body,
Application.
so that even when attacked by Kaju with
Nagpasa ako
full
ng
force,
application.
he is repelled by a
Matanggal.
negative force field. Yukina also tried to attack with her spear, but once she made contact with the body,
Thanks, Jimmy,
the power of her
from
spear began
Osanda.
to resonate with it. Rudolph
Prior-
revealed he had analyzed
Actually,
her
libangan
powers
ko lang
from the
to,
previous
Lisa.
battle, which allowed him to copy her
Pag wala akong
spear's formula
kliyente
that
sa
could easily annihilate
massage kasi
vampires. He moved to finish her
nag-therapy
off
Lagi na
with his
kapag
axe
walang
only for
kliyente,
Connie to
ayun.
become her meat's shield, spraying her with his
Nag-ano
fluids that
ako
made her
na.
gag in shock. Rudolph twisted his axe inside him and ripped his head away from his body while she held the head in tears because it was the only thing he was able to give her. Meanwhile, at Asaga's workplace, there is an attack on the building.
Usanda from India.
Rudolph and his homunculus who were leaving a trail of dead bodies behind them.
Ikaw, anong trabaho mo dyan sa Jensen? Ano ka? May asawa, may anak, single?
Scolded him for making her waste her tears thinking he was dead, but he told her he had no idea he was going to revive.
General Santos, ang layo no? Famous kayo sa mga malalaking isda. Ano ba yun? Diyan yung mga... Ay, single ka. Ilan taon ka? Yung malalaking isda, mga blue marlin fish. Mga tuna, mga giant tuna. Nilos lag. Please return to Grino. Nilos lag, you return to Grino, okay?
However, she went ahead to hack it using her AI and found out the treasure was the
Si Nilo ay taga Sri Lanka yan, Sri Lanka.
wanted to head out to stop Rudolph.
Nasa ibang
Kaju
bansa.
was conflicted because it might be better to use
Foreigner
his powers
yan.
to
Please do me a favor. Can you say Palayan Huto?
evacuate
Palayan Hutu.
instead of fighting a losing battle. He explained
I
that
say
the guy
it
wasn't
already.
even doing something wrong, and he didn't have
Usanda
the right to judge him since he was
Jahasan ka,
weak.
Palayan.
He was a weak-ass pussy whining
Palayan
about how weak he
Hutu.
was, so she cut herself and offered her blood to him so
I
he
say
could
it-
level
do
up
I
from
say
a
it
virgin
right?
vampire to one his familiar would acknowledge. Like a
Do my
self-absorbed
pronunciation
hero,
right-
she tried
is
to
right.
convince him to risk his
What
life
does
for
it
people
mean?
he barely knew, and since it was a free bite,
What does it
he
mean, my
decided to
friend?
help himself by going slow at first before digging his fangs into her
I don't know the
Meanwhile,
meaning.
Rudolph arrived at his location where he shared tears of joy because his lifelong dream of retrieving the treasure the island stole from the church was about to be fulfilled. Shortly after, Kaju showed up
Palayan
alongside
Hutu.
Yukina to stop him from acquiring the
What
holy
does
relic
that
he
mean?
wanted to obtain.
I don't know the
Rudolph
meaning
made
of
them
that.
understand that the creator of the island
Maybe
committed a great sin by dabbling in heretical magic and using their saint as a
It's
human
still a good
sacrifice
meaning.
to stabilize the island.
What does it
They
mean,
all
my
got
friend?
into a heated argument about morals where everyone wanted to be in the right, so they decided to just let their fists do the talking.
Lisa, English ako dito kasi mga foreigner yung
his
bisita.
electric type familiar.
Lisa, yung mga bisita ko dito, mga foreigner. Kaya nag-English yung lolo mo.
Rudolph barely managed to avoid a punch
Palagi ko
that could have torn him
nag-i-English.
into bits, which made
It
him
means
realize
I'm
he
the
was not playing
strongest.
around this time. He too decided to
Oh.
get serious, so he revealed a holy
Now I
armor that
know
glowed
a
so brightly that it
Hindi
blindsided
word.
Kaju, causing him to take a defensive
Palaya
position to
Hoto
regain his
means
sight.
I'm the
Kaju then
strongest.
released his
Very
fifth
nice.
familiar called Regulus, and immediately
You're very good in
lightning
English,
descended
huh?
on the
What?
entire
How
building,
young
causing
are you?
the
How
familiar
old
to
are you?
materialize as a giant lion that
But-
eats the guy towards the
Usanda,
wall.
how old are you?
This
How
made him
young?
call back his
SSC yan yung
familiar to protect him,
SSC.
but when they clashed, her familiar set up a
Anyo,
barrier that deflected
sa'yo.
every attack that made contact with her. Yukina launched herself in the
SSC
air while
Song
summoning
Sun
the power
Charts
of her
TV
spear, which
from
she used to
South
focus on
Korea.
one spot on the barrier, enabling her to shatter
Guys,
it
we have a
completely,
visitor from
allowing
South
Regulus to
Korea.
attack her,
Yes.
causing her materialized
SSC
familiar to
TV or
disintegrate
Song
completely,
Sun Charts
while
TV.
Rudolph was distracted by her defeat.
Song
Yukina
Sun
used a
Charts
close
TV.
range spell to destroy his holy armor, allowing Kaju to sucker
Wow,
punch his ugly
guwang
face,
na ho.
causing him
Anong
to pass
guwang?
out. Kaju went down to bite
Gurang
the homunculus,
matanda.
but Yukina was pissed that she wasn't
Okay
enough
lang
for him,
yan.
so he quickly explained
Kalabaw
that he was
lang
only trying to
tumatanda.
make her familiar obey him, which would also make her live longer.
Lisa,
Elsewhere,
kalabaw lang
we
yung
find out
number.
Case is
It's just a
secret agent
number.
working for the Lion King organization. And in reality,
Nagla-live ka ba,
Yukina
Lisa?
was assigned to Kaju to become his
17
mother.
years old,
To feed
Usanda.
off
You're very good in
Raven's
English.
That same night, Natsuki single-handedly stopped a werewolf
That's
from
very
detonating
nice.
a bomb on a
45,
carnage.
okay.
The guy thought he could handle the goth loli because he was so much bigger.
Ako
However,
nga
none
eh,
of his
matanda
attacks
parehas
could
lang
touch her, and
tayo.
just when he discovered she was the notorious
Ako
witch
nga,
of the
ano
boy
na eh,
who could
matanda
manipulate
na.
space, she captured him with her enchanted chains before he escaped. The next morning, Kaju
17 years old si Usanda
Yukina
from
dressing
India.
in his sister's room, but instead of leaving immediately, he
Usanda
stared at her
from
like a
Nilo.
perverted idiot, which made her
Usanda
send
is
him away.
from
On their way to
India.
school, Yukina apologized since
Okay
she
lang yan,
began
just
nosebleed,
a
but she still
number.
wasn't sure if it was the outcome of the kick or
Ang mahalaga ay ano
his virgin
tayo.
mind that hadn't seen a plot before. He tried to defend himself, but Nagisa reminded him that she told him beforehand that Yukina was coming over because they had to take their
SSCTV,
measurements for their later outfit. He claimed
MMLSO.
that he didn't remember anything.
Roseville,
She said,
mga
so
lods
she
pwede
had to
pa patamsak.
explain
Ayan,
once again
patamsak
that her
daw
class
kay
boys went as far as to beg on their
Roseville.
knees just to convince her royal flatness to cheer them on during their game. After parting ways,
Ano
Kaji
yung
stumbled on
Roseville?
Asagi, who made him carry her stuffs without much
Premiere,
objections,
tingnan ko
as he
Roseville,
didn't
ha?
have enough balls to refuse a girl's request. On
Premiere
arriving
ba
at the
to,
class,
or...
Ace told them
Wait
they
lang.
had been paired together to represent their class in a mixed badminton match during the school's sports festival. When she asks why they had to pair her with such a useless idiot, the class rep informs her it was her one chance
Hindi
to
ko
make him
ma-view.
fall for her. Elsewhere, a group led by Natsuki led an inquiry to a secret
Short.
lab where the innocent-looking researcher turned
Live.
out to be Gorilla Grodd,
Ah, live.
when it tried to attack her. She outmaneuvered it before instructing the
Tamsakan
Astara,
ko na
a
yata ito
homunculus
dati
girl
pa.
who now worked under her to deal with an unregistered demon threat. She then unleashed a powerful aura to summon her familiar powers, which she used to pound him to the wall,
9
immediately
p.m.
returning him
January
to a skinny
29.
form. Back at the
Rose,
school,
yung premiere.
Kaji decided
Ayan,
to
no?
cool off with a drink only to be attacked suddenly by some magic
Ito ba
arrows
yun,
that made
yung
him
ano,
hide in the bushes.
upcoming-
Two metal familiars showed up in front of him, but since he couldn't
Upcoming
afford to use his powers
Rose.
because it would destroy the school,
Dalawa ito
he
eh.
focused on
Dalawang
evading their
upcoming.
attacks. And luckily, Yukina showed up to
Ayan,
defeat the
natusok ko
two
na
enemies before they could harm
69,
him. He
70.
thanked her for saving him while asking
Dalawang
if she was
ano.
stalking him instead of focusing on classes.
Natusok ko na
She
tong
explained
dalawa
that she
mo.
only responded to her paper familiar which she stuck in his
Nandito
ass
na ako
for
sa ano.
reassurance.
Tapos
While
na
investigating who
Roseville.
the enemy might be, some students noticed them with weapons, making her move to erase
Just
their
Bill,
memory.
welcome
Kaji
you,
told her
Lord.
there was no need for extreme measures as anyone
Roseville,
saw her.
natusok ko na yung dalawang,
She was a
ano,
cosplayer.
dalawang mong
He found a letter
upcoming
Shikigami
live.
left behind after being defeated, but Asagi
Tapos
walked
na ako,
into the
Rosa,
scene.
dalawa
The
mong
letter
ano,
was from Yukina,
upcoming.
which made her leave the scene heartbroken. Afterwards, Yukina explained that the letter was from Lord Dimitri of Ardia, a nation under the warlord's dominion. Since this warlord is the
Ay,
first
nag-usap yung
progenitor
dalawa.
who controls Europe, it meant that Dimitri was
Saan
a
na ba
noble,
ako?
pure-blooded vampire from his line who should be feared. On getting home, they got a package from the Lion King organization, who somehow knew he was invited to a party and had brought a dress for them to wear. That evening, they arrived at Dork, where the boat where the
Because he
party was being
doesn't
held was
know
anchored. Yukina was
Sinlala.
embarrassed by the
Ah,
dress she wore, but
okay.
Kaji
You
loved
translate
since
it.
it was easier to undress her with
You
his eye.
translate
And she noticed and
it in
called him a
English.
pervert who'd die a virgin. He noticed she
Yeah,
was
you're
wearing
very
a hair,
smart boy,
which
huh?
was unusual, so she told
You're
him
very
it was a
smart
gift from a
boy.
childhood friend
You
who
know how to
became an
speak
attack
English.
mage. Once inside the boat, they looked so out of place that they decided to
Okay,
head to
it's
the top
okay.
deck, where their host might be hanging
Indians,
out.
some
However, they
Indians
greeted by a
are very
familiar's
good
attack,
in
causing
speaking
Kaji
English.
to push Yukina out of its way before
You
killing
study
him
it in
with only his
school,
aura.
you have
Lord
English
Dimitri showed up
subject.
shortly after to apologize for his rudeness with the excuse that he only wanted to test
Indians
the
are
level
very
of his
good in
strength.
English.
The guy even blows him a kiss, making him freak out while a girl
I
suddenly
love
attacks
Indian
him for being too
friends.
close to Yukina.
I have Indian
She pushed
friends
him away
here.
and suffocated Yukina
I
with
had
her
a lot
huge
of
axe
Indian
while Kaji
friends.
watched speechlessly,
Yes,
hoping she'd do the same to him.
They're very
He
nice
finds out she
people.
is Sayaka, Yukina's childhood friend who was
Very
assigned to be Lord
respectful
Dimitri's
to-
observer while he is on the island. Meanwhile,
to
Asagi complained to
other
Yaez that she
people.
wasn't comfortable with Kaju sneaking around with Yukina like they were secretly dating. And this made Yaez advise her to shoot
So
her
how
shot
great-
because he was pretty sure they
what
weren't
grade
dating.
are you
However,
now,
Kaju was only
Osanda?
entertaining Yukina because she
You
had
are
earned
now in,
Back
I
at the
think,
boat,
in grade
Dimitri
7,
seemed to know
grade
about
8,
Regulus and the previous fourth
grade
progenitor,
7,
whose
grade
name was
8,
Avril.
grade 9,
He claimed that they
grade
were in
10.
love and began to make weird moves towards
I think
Kaju
you
since
are
he had
in
inherited her blood. He
grade
tried to remind him that he was a guy.
17,
But the blonde dude was Gen Z,
grade
who wouldn't let gender
9,
similarities
grade
come
9 or
between
grade
love
10.
matters. Yukina tried to make him stop, but this backfired as he managed to figure out he
9.
was his potential blood partner, which meant that he was his rival for Kaju's love. When she asked him if he invited them over just to hit on a high schooler, he didn't hesitate to acknowledge her. However, he revealed that there was another reason. A man named Christoph Gardos, who is a notorious terrorist and the leader of a radical group called Black Death Emperor Faction, had snuck into the island. Sayaka explained that the group's goal was to revoke the peace treaty that let humans and demons after which they would launch an attack on the first progenitor's domain. This made Yukina ask if he was on the island to assassinate Gardos, but he claimed that would be troublesome as his familiars would inevitably destroy the island in the process. This made Yukina volunteer to take care
Hey
of
bro,
the
I said the
organization
wrong
since
country,
Kaju could
sorry,
hardly summon
because
his
I'm afraid
familiars.
to
However,
say
Dimitri
my
claimed
country.
she would have to prove if she was worthy of
Okay.
even working with Kaju. The next day, they paid a visit to Natsuki,
So
whose
you're not
office
from
was on
India?
the top floor of the school building.
Ah, you're
They
a Sri
immediately
Lankan.
asked what
Okay,
she
it's
knew
okay.
about Gardos, and when she
I thought
inquired
you're
where they
from
heard
India.
about him, they told her it was from Dimitri. There, they found out Astarte
So
Rudolph
that's why you know how
was
to-
working for her as an assistant, but
So
it
that's
looked
why
like
you
she
know
was
how to
just making her
speak
do her
the
job.
language
She
of
explained that there was
Nilo.
no need to look for Gardos, as not only
Nilo
was
is
Dimitri
also
a
from
monster
Sri
who could
Lanka.
easily handle him, But the Nalakuvra, which is an ancient weapon his group was looking for, was
Nilo
nowhere to be
is from
found,
Sri
as the
Lanka
map hasn't
too.
been deciphered
It's
by
okay, no worries.
She told them to focus on Dimitri, who was not to be trusted as
It's
he had
okay to
already
say
devoured
it to
2
a
vampire
stranger.
holders and might add him to
It's
the
okay.
list. This made Kaju decide to master his powers just in case his life was threatened. So Yukina asked
Me, I
if he
say
needed
it
to suck
here
her blood
in my
order to
life.
achieve that. To
Usually, I
which he
usually
responded
say
that he
it
had no
so that
intention
they
of
will
making her
know.
anemic. She became upset
So
that
that
he
they
didn't
will
want her to
know.
like
They are
anything.
aware what
Kaju
country are
decided
you
to switch
from.
his
It's
attention
okay.
to Asagi, whom he shamelessly
Just
asked to look up the
Billy
Nalakuvra
Luwak.
using her
What's
connection.
that?
Immediately, they head out of the class together.
It's
These
okay to
use the skill
say
to monitor their movement in the
because
student
maybe
council office, where they find
they
out
are
the Nalakuvra
aware
is an
what country
artifact
are
that
you
works
from.
like
They
a
can
biochemical
adjust.
weapon. The teacher suddenly
That's
barged in, so they
the
hid under the
advantage
table in
of
an
saying
uncomfortable position
where
and
are
made
you
them
from.
realize she was wearing an earring.
It's okay to say. There's no. I think there's
He
no.
bought her some time ago, since women make his vampire urges kick in. He got a terrible nosebleed, causing Asagi to skip classes and look after him for a while. Once she left to
Osanda.
get them something to
Greeno
drink, he
blog.
was suddenly attacked by Sayaka, who for some
This
reason
is
was
your
so
main
obsessed
channel, my.
with Yukina that she was
Osanda, this is your main channel in
She
YouTube. You
began
can
to
upload
swing her sword,
videos.
ready to kill him while he tried his best
You can
to calm
upload
the demon
videos
while
or short
dodging her
videos will
big-ass sword,
do.
which she wanted to drill into him.
So
She
that
eventually
your
landed
channel
a hit on his
will
chest, causing his powers to go
have
berserk. When Asagi
videos.
showed up
Maybe
to
you
complicate
can.
things further, he
Any
freaked
kind
out
of
and let
video
out
do
a
you
burst
want?
of energy that sent her
Any
flying while
content
frying the systems
videos, you
around
can
the
upload
school.
it here.
While he was holding back another
Yun o,
energy
ya
surge,
teacher connect
Yukina
na.
appeared and used the power of her spear to control his powers. When she asked what happened, the two began pointing fingers at each other, so she chose to ignore them and rushed Asagi to the nurse's
You
station,
talk to each
where a Start
other
examined her physical condition.
because Osanda has no videos. You have no videos right here and your playlist. Is this you? Is this your videos right here? This is not your videos, I think. Yeah, this is not your videos in your playlist. I think you must upload your own videos so that people will subscribe to you. Hello guys, let's join. Greeno guys, Greeno, connect to Green. If you have no own video, your own video, you upload it so that others will connect to you because somebody else there, they are searching for their legit or true videos, their own videos before they subscribe to other people. But I think your videos there is not yours. Hey, are you mad at? No, I'm not. I'm just suggesting. I'm just suggesting you upload your own video because you have no videos in your channel. Maybe you can upload one or two, or the more videos do you have, it's better. What do you like to be your content in YouTube? I'm not mad at you. I'm just suggesting. What's your content maybe if you upload videos? It's all about cars like that. You make a video about cars. Yeah. Maybe you like cars, huh? Hey bro, I full prank on you. Sorry. What prank? What's a prank? So what's your prank? You're 17 and actually all I'm saying to you is true. So you're pranking me? You're pranking me, so you're not telling the truth. You're lying, huh? That is your choice if you lie. Me, whatever I say here is true. The word I said you to say. Okay. At least I say the truth. I'm the real person. What I've said here, all I said here is true. It's all about me. I'm not hiding. I'm not hiding my profile. What you see, what I've said is true about me. Okay, Osanda. Okay. Because earlier you said that you're from India and now you're from Sri Lanka. So you lied to me. But it's okay. At least you tell the truth. Okay? It's better. It's better to say the truth. Me, because I'm not lying here. I say whatever I say here is the truth about myself. Yeah, whatever I say here is the truth. Okay, I'm not lying. Okay, Sanda, and I'm suggesting you upload videos, like any videos do you want, like cars, if you want cars, do you want travel blogs, you want food content blogs, you want reaction video blogs, and you want any content do you like? Exit page. You wait for become responsible to exit. A little bit shy, not saying my personal info, a stranger, that's why. Okay. It's your choice. I respect it. Me, the advantage of it, you will earn friends. How you will earn friends if you're afraid to... I had a lot of younger viewers here, like 9 years old, 10 years old. It's okay for me. But it's okay to be careful in giving some information about yourself, your private information. It's better. You're just protecting yourself. You're just protecting you. That's a very good. That's very nice. But I have a younger viewers are like 9 years old, 10 years old, 11 years old, 15 years old, as younger as you. And you can be my friend. I'm willing to be your friend, Osanda. You're 17 years old. Next year will be 18, and next year you will be in legal age to decide, maybe. Are your parents strict on you? Because maybe some Indian parents are very strict. And now you're still a minor, so it's better to protect yourself. That's very nice. You protecting your info. That's very good. Yeah. It's better not to say, me, I'm already an adult, so it's okay for me. For me, it's okay for me because I'm already an adult, so you're still minor, so it's better not to tell anybody or stranger your personal information. That's very good. I'm in Sri Lanka. Okay. So your parents are very strict about that because you're still a minor, so it's still your parents' responsibility. You are still your parents' responsibility, so it's very good to know that you are very careful of giving some information of yourself. But next year you are 18. Are you allowed to decide next year by your own self? In Sri Lanka, your parents in Sri Lanka are very strict or not? They will You will be 18 next year. Are you really 17 years old? Maybe is that your real age? Maybe you're, because in your picture you look younger than 17. I think you're just 12 or 13 or 14. You're younger than your pictures. Your picture. You don't like you don't like look like you don't look like 17. You look like 12, 13 years old, 14 years old. Poor performance. Cyril Payumo. Sri Lankan. Yeah, Sri Lankan. Ano ito? Napanood ko na ba to? I'm gonna watch. I'm actually watching a anime movie here. No, my parents are not strict at me. I'm only not saying my personal data and see, you're lying again. You're not 17. Earlier you said that you're 17. How many times do you lied to me? Earlier you said 17 and now 14. Earlier you said you're from India and now you're Sri Lankan. Me, I always tell the truth. But it's your choice. Yeah. It's your choice to say if you say the truth or not. I respect your decision to for not saying the truth to me. It's okay. At least you supported my live stream. That's the important thing. You supported my live stream. That is the very important thing. Okay? And I had a lot of Sri Lankan friends here. I had a lot of Sri Lankan friends. Like Nilo is a Sri Lanka. And I have more Sri Lankan here. Indian, Nepalese. Mostly Indians are my friends. Maybe I have 3 Sri Lankan. I forget the one. Nilo is always supported me as Sri Lankan. The other one, I forgot the name. Watching an anime movie. So I think in Sri Lanka it's the time. It's 8 p.m. there. In the Philippines, it's 10 p.m. already. 8 p.m. in Sri Lanka. So did you take your dinner already, Osanda? What's for dinner in Sri Lanka? What's your special delicacy there? Bye, Uncle. Have a good day. Yeah, bye, Osanda. Nice to talk to you. Bye, Uncle. Nice to talk to you, yes, Osanda. Osanda is lying. He's not telling the truth. Anyway, nice to meet you, nice to talk to you, and I respect you. Like out. Thank you sa mga nandyan. Anong oras? Mag-11. Gawin kong 10, 11. 2 oras tayo. Naka-1 oras na ako. Maybe let's make it 2 hours tonight.
せっかくゲーム内でも味覚を感じられるんだからもっと美味しいものは食べたいよな。調味料と料理セットも手に入れたしいろいろ試してみよう。まずは単純に焼いて肉の味を確認しつつ塩コショウで味付けをと。
7 people.
ステーキ第1号。硬すぎる。制作評価2か。肉は筋切りを入れてしっかり下ごしらえしよう。臭みを消すためにハーブも入れてみるか。柔らかい。味もいい。制作評価5か。せめてあと1か2はあげたいな。
Thank you sa thumbs up. Thumbs up. 16 thumbs up.
なんだこの鼻孔をくすぐるスパイシーな匂い。
ひどく食欲そそられるわ。
生酒でなんだこんなうまそ
トン
うだな。
トントントントントントントントントン。
ついに評価7がついた。納得のいく料理が作れたな。食べさせてくれ。え？こんなに美味しそうな匂いをさせておいて終わっちゃわない。
The Cable Company, thank you.
じゃあステーキ1枚100グローだ。
Good morning, my friend.
ざっと20倍の値段だぞ。
The Cable Company. How are you? Good morning. I hope you have a good morning there. The Cable Company. Connect guys to the Cable Company.
おかげでハイスピードで料理が作れるようになり、ようやく地獄から抜け出すことができた。
Thank you for the like. Thanks so much.
というわけで、今は
Do you like my
弓は需要なく自分で作るしかない。まずは板材から切り
Did
出
you
して、
put the like
もっとも単純
button?
な弓から作ってみる。細かい手入れをして滑り止めをつけ、持ち手の部分を作り、つるを貼ってと。
Anyway, thank you for the support. Here it's 10:24 p.m. Philippines. 10:24. 10:24 p.m. Philippines. What's for breakfast there, my friend? The Cable Company. Do you have bacon? Do you have mashed potato? Do you have fried eggs for breakfast? It says number 17. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the like, my friend, my brother. So, what do you have for breakfast there? So, what do you have for breakfast? Me, earlier, I have rice and veggie and chicken for my lunch. It's a veggie with chicken, veggie with coconut milk, and chicken and rice. Earlier, it's a papaya with cooked in coconut milk with chicken. And here I have my snacks. I buy some snacks tonight, and I have coffee before I go to sleep. I crave for the crackers and peanut. Just coffee. I'm watching an anime movie here. Maybe I can lower the volume. I will lower the volume. Just copy. You must have some bread. You might get some ulcer if you don't have some carbohydrates. Me, coffee, just coffee. You don't like bread in the morning and coffee? Me, coffee and bread, or coffee and something else. You can bind it with some biscuit or coffee or pancake. Because if you have just coffee or you have empty, just liquid in your stomach, maybe it's sandwich and okay, that's better. Sandwich and coffee is better. Me earlier, my breakfast, I eat fried rice and egg. No, I eat fried noodles, fried rice, and sausage earlier, my breakfast. And tonight, I have veggies with coconut milk and chicken. And I have my late snacks tonight. I hope you have a great day ahead there in your place. Still praising in your place, still praising. I hope you have a good day there, my friend. The cable company. Thank you 9 people for watching there. I'm watching an animated movie. Anime movie. I love to watch it before I go to bed. 8 people, thank you. I make it 2 hours tonight. I have only 40 minutes left, yeah. I make it 2 hours. I just talk to strangers. I just talk to who come here. I just talk to them. A lot of strangers tonight come here. I'll talk to them. New friends, strangers. Anybody can talk to me there. If you want to talk, I will talk to you. If you want someone to talk to, I'm just here. I have 40 minutes left. I forget. We're on different times. Yeah. I'm dinner here. It's dinner. Late dinner. In your time, it's breakfast. We are different time zone. I'm from the Philippines, Asia. So it's dinner here, dinner. Yes, the cable company. We have opposite time zone. It's evening here, it's evening. In your place, it's morning. I'm watching an animated movie. You want to see what I'm watching here? You want to see? I will show you. That is what I'm watching here. An animated movie. 9:30 a.m. Here it's 10:30. 10:30 p.m. It's opposite time zone. I'm watching an anime movie. Thank you. You win.
すげえぜミリー。早速ブルーカラーを招集だ。はい。お騒がせしました。明日薬草を取りに行ったらまた営業しますね。今日はやってきたことが十分発揮できたな。あのモヒカンパーティーはきっと
Maybe I can search for another video. Will find themselves ignored by all the. Muse anime live stream. New opportunity in Canada. He lost everything and live on solitude until Buddha town. 8 people, thank you for staying there. Meron pa akong ilang minutes na ba? More than 30 minutes pa, mga 35 minutes. Gawin ko lang 2 hours. Are you ready for Alexi May Brooks? 35 minutes. Gulabi Sharara Dance. I'm searching. Usanda, yeah. You're back. Where are you from? Where did you go? Where did you go, my friend? Usanda. Usanda, guys, from Nepal. I know. Usanda is from Sri Lanka. Usanda is a Sri Lankan, yeah. Oh, you lose connections. Okay. Usanda lose connection. You use some Wi-Fi internet there, or you use data internet or Wi-Fi internet? So you live in the city in Sri Lanka. Me, I live in the city, but I came from a rural area. I am working in the city right now. I'm a freelance trainer here. And a freelance live streamer. Colombo, Wi-Fi. Oh, it's a Wi-Fi. We are Wi-Fi in the Philippines. PLDT Wi-Fi. In the Philippines, we have PLDT Wi-Fi here. It's Philippine long distance. Philippine Wi-Fi. Colombo. Nabin Balisen, thank you. Hello, Nabin. Nabin Balisen. Nabin Balisen or Nabin Balisen. Hello. How are you, Nabin? Thank you, 11 people watching. You can talk to me, guys. You can type there in the chat box and talk to me. Come on. Come on, talk to me, talk to me. Nabin, what country are you, Nabin? My name is difficult to spell in English or any language, but in Sinhala it's easy to spell. That's why. Usanda Jahasanka. Okay. Jahasanka is your surname? It's 10:38 p.m. Almost 11. I have how many minutes? So I have only 30 minutes left, guys. 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Minutes. 30 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 minutes. $8:20 in Sri Lanka. It's early. Here it's 10:30. I am 2 hours ahead. Philippines is 2 hours ahead. Strangers play through drink or strip. Drink or slip. This tribe lives in the sea. It's early. It's still early in your place. It is still early. Ooh. Weak boy enrolls a school that requires them to kill each other. 8:20. 12 people still there. Thank you. You can talk to me, guys. You can talk to me. Type in the chat box. And how many thumbs did I have? I have 17 thumbs up. You can give me a thumbs up if you want. Or you can talk to me. Just type me there. Just talk to me, guys. Come on. You can talk to me. Type in the chat. Tabby Smith, hello. How are you, Tabby Smith, my friend? Tabby Smith, guys, is my long friend. Long time ago. Are you streaming tomorrow? Yeah, in the morning and in the evening. I go streaming in the morning and in the evening. 2 times a day. It is just when I'm available. Tabby Smith, my friend, thank you for the support. Thank you for coming, my long-time friend. Tabby Smith is my long-time friend. Very supportive. It's my friend, Tabby. Connect to Tabby, come on. Connect to Tabby, guys. Let's go. Tabby Smith. Tabby Smith is doing a live stream also. Maybe you can support Tabby. Guys, I dropped the link of Tabby Smith. Maybe you can check the channel of Tabby. And I can join if I'm... Yeah. Me too. I do live streaming when I'm just available. Sometimes I'm busy with my job. I'm a therapist and a trainer. So if I have a job, I don't do live streaming. Only in my available time, in the morning and in the evening. The other day, I don't do live streaming because I'm busy. And now this is my available time, so I do live streaming because I have no client. Yeah, thank you so much, Usanda, for your support. I really appreciate it. 10 people watching, you can talk to me. You can type there in the chat box. You can say whatever you want to say there. You can ask me everything. You can ask me anything. Nilo's vlog is still there. Maybe I can... Wait. I'll be dropping the link of Nilo. Nilo from Sri Lanka. Nilo's vlog is my friend. Nilo's vlog is my friend. Maybe I can share his... Oh. Why? Why do you annoy? Why are you? Why do you annoy to me? Why do you annoy to me? But why, Osanda? How come do you annoy to me? Maybe I'm the one to be annoyed to you because you're lying earlier. You're lying your place, your age, your name. Maybe I'm the one to be annoyed to you, Osanda. Nilo's vlogs. Connect guys to Nilo's vlog. Come on. Annoying. Why is it you are hide by no, not you. She is annoying person.
They started negotiating to find
Who is annoying?
killer. Of course, the first person to be suspected was Negi because it happened in Negi's bathroom.
Nilo is a lady.
At length that they had swapped rooms the day before. But
Nilo is a lady. I thought Nilo is a
Mizono's time
man.
of death was estimated to be around 1:30 a.m. The cause of death was a stab.
Nilo is a woman?
Apart from
I
that,
thought
there
she
were
is a...
wounds on Mizono's palms.
I thought Nilo is a
Meanwhile, on the
man.
wall, there was a message written by Mizono using
Nilo is a
blood.
woman.
The writing read 11.
Because in the Philippines, Nilo is
a decorative sword.
name Nilo in Philippines is man.
They then went to the trash room.
Nilo.
There they saw the remains of
Where's
a burnt
Nilo? You talk to
sleeve
each
and also
other.
a fragment of a crystal ball. It turned out that Negi
You
and
talk to
Mizono's
each other
workers
there.
also
Your
been
own
swapped.
language. Thank you for the 19 thumbs up. Thank you. 8 people watching. You can talk to me. Type there in the chat box.
He saw Mizono
If you wanna
idol
talk
group
to me.
dancing and ended up disbanding for some reason.
Oh,
Mizono would
Nilo.
know that
Nilo.
reason if she managed to leave that school. The first murder trial
Connect to
began. They
Nilo.
all got on the elevator and headed to the courtroom.
Why is this? You're annoyed
Kirigiri
to
asked why
Nilo?
there were
Not
16
me.
sitting in the courtroom.
I thought you were
Meanwhile, there
annoyed
were a
to
total
me.
of 15 new students. However, Monokuma explained that there was no special reason for that seat. Then the debate began to find Mizono's killer. Because the perpetrator's weapon was a kitchen knife, that meant the killer must have gone into the kitchen. Asahina said that it wasn't possible that Negi was the culprit. She and Ogami had been in the kitchen all night. They knew who the people who had entered the kitchen were. Asahina said that the only person who went to the kitchen that night was Mizono. That meant the victim herself was the one who took the knife in the kitchen. So the murderer might have attacked Mizono with a knife she brought herself.
What cleared Neji of blame was the broken bathroom door handle. Neji shouldn't have to break the bathroom door because he already knew how to open it, which was by lifting it slightly. The murderer, who did not know how to open the door, assumed the door was locked. The murderer must have thought the room was Mizono's room. All the bathrooms in the men's rooms did not have locks. Meanwhile, Kirigiri apparently found an invitation message made by Mizono. It turned out that Mizono herself was the one who invited other people to enter her room, which was actually Negi's room. Mizono was also the one who had changed the nameplate in the room, so Mizono deliberately invited a murderer to her room to kill him. Mizono's reason for swapping rooms was so that Neji could become the accused person in the murder. Mizono would later be free from that school. Maybe Mizono's original intention was like that. However, the plan went backwards, because she was the one who had to die and was killed by the murderer. Neji then remembered the death message made by Mizono. If the writing were reversed 180 degrees, it would be written as Leon Kawada. Leon certainly didn't want to be accused like that. To urge Leon, Kirigiri explained other evidence, especially the evidence in the trash room. There they found burnt sleeves and a broken crystal ball. The crystal ball turned out to belong to Hagakure. At night, the disposal room was closed. The only way to burn evidence was to throw it from outside the room. The way to activate the burning furnace was by throwing Hagakure's crystal ball towards the switch. The only person who could definitely throw well and hit the switch was Leon, a baseball player. Unfortunately, the cloth did not burn completely. There was one more piece of evidence that Leon couldn't deny. Each student in their room had a toolbox. Leon's tools must have used marks that damaged the doorknob in Negi's bathroom. Finally, Leon couldn't argue anymore.
I just have only 20 minutes left, guys. 20
Everyone
minutes.
voted against Leon, and it was proven that Leon was the
Thank you
murderer.
for the support. 8
Even though
people
at that time he was
there.
defending
You can talk to
himself,
me.
he
You
still
can
received
type
punishment
there.
by being
I
shot at with baseball balls using
20
a machine
minutes left,
until he
and I
finally
will
died.
be ending in
The
20
remaining 12
minutes.
people were still alive. The next day, the room on the second floor opened.
Anyway,
It contained
thank
a
you for
swimming
staying
pool,
there.
changing rooms for female and male students, and a gym.
I'm watching an animated movie, but I'll change it. Nilo is still there. Osanda, thank you. Osanda. Osanda. It's almost 11 p.m. 10:49 here. 10:49, almost 11 in the Philippines. 11.
Ever since Yeo was young, he knew that he was not welcomed by the world. Despite this, he still wishes to help someone even if it is a little. He walks down a quiet street when he comes across Kaori getting bothered by some local thugs who express interest in her. She is adamant that she doesn't want this kind of attention, but the guys try to persuade her to join them for a drink. Yuya's heart races as he watches the situation unfold and musters up the courage to confront the three men. He calls to them very timidly, making them stop their tomfoolery for a moment as they glare at him. Yuya is on the heavier side of the scale and is the furthest thing from a knight in shining armor. Kaori looks on intrigued at her savior as the
10 people still watching my live. O 12 to na. Ilan kaya yung views ng aking... Yeah! Ay, mahina. Mahina ang aking views. Wait lang. Live. La la la. 10 people. Thank you so much. Check nga natin kung sino pa nakatambay. Ang hina ng aking ano. Internet. Hina ng aking internet. Wait lang. Loading. Wait. Ayun. 10 pa nakatambay. Check natin kung sino nakatambay. Pwede mo check sa laptop. 10 pa nakatambay. Sabi na check daw to kung sino nakatambay. So, check natin. Dito. Community moderation. Participants. Ayan, participants.
Si Nilo tsaka si Usando. Wala yung iba, hindi nag... Yung iba, hindi nag-chat. Gawin ka lang 2 hours. Thank you, Nilo Osanda. You are still awake there. Still awake. Ganun pala yung pag-check kung sino nakatambay. No? Be lucky for accidentally gets the most beautiful girl. The most beautiful girl. Ano nangyari? 8 people. 5, 6, 7. Da-da-da. They don't want to talk to me. I'll just watch some video here.
Ki remembered her grandmother's Fumiko Shiki words to forgive their daughter's departure. Her husband, Takeru Goshiki, wondered why his wife did not bid farewell to their daughter. His wife replied that it was not a problem because her daughter would return soon. They both believed in their grandmother's
I'm going
words that their daughter
to
would
go to the
discover a new
bathroom
world.
first. You want to
The scene
see
shifted to a
the
man embracing his 2 young siblings.
one
They were
I'm
attending the funeral of their father.
the
who
one
just
I'm
died.
watching.
The boy's name was Ichiro Kuga, while his younger sister Machi Kuga and his younger brother Fumio Kuga. Ichiro tried to calm his 2 younger siblings while thinking about finding a solution to survive. A few
Do
days
you want
later,
to see
Ichiro
what
woke
I'm
up and gasped because he
watching?
remembered that his manga deadline was tight.
I will show you.
While Machi and Fumio were outside
That
looking
is
after
what
their
I'm
cousin,
watching.
Ichiro Ebusuki. Ichiro looked panicked
Go
because he
to,
hadn't
I'm
finished
going
half
to the
his manga.
bathroom.
He had to make the existing image bigger, and the background was still completely empty. Shigeru, Machi, and Fumio asked Ichiro not to push himself too much. Ichiro said that he had been a mangaka since graduating high school. However, because their father died, from now on he would only focus on manga to meet their needs. Even though the manga wasn't selling very well, he didn't want to give up. Therefore, Ichiro also rented out his apartment to other people. Ichiro then got a call from his editor, Masahiro Morikuni. Masahiro said that he had found a new assistant for Ichiro. Ichiro was happy. Machi wanted to predict her brother's future by using chopsticks, but what came out were colorless chopsticks, which made him surprised. The prediction said that it was possible that Ichiro's manga in the future would be empty. After his 2 younger siblings and Chihiro left, Ichiro went to catch up with his new assistant. When Ichiro arrived at his destination, he was surprised to see a beautiful girl. The beautiful blonde girl was the girl who appeared in the first scene. Ichiro then invited her to get to know each other. The girl's name was Shiori Goshiki. Shiori called Ichiro by his mangaka name. However, Ichiro asked him to just call him by his real name because he was afraid of making his 2 younger siblings uncomfortable. When he got home, Ichiro explained what work Shiori had to do and also showed her the existing examples. Ichiro gave her a hoodie so that while working, Shiori's clothes wouldn't get dirty with ink. After that, Ichiro taught her the basics of beginning images and how to draw the background.
I'm back.
Ichiro was surprised to see Shiori, who could draw so quickly. It was the first time Shiori had become an assistant. She acquired her drawing skills quickly by self-taught and imitating original manga. Ichiro was very impressed with Shiori, who was able to complete a lot of
8
work in a
people
short time.
still
Ichiro
there.
cried happily
Thank
because of
you.
Shiori's
Thank
presence.
you.
He would definitely be able to
Thank
finish his manga on time. Machi and Fumio came home, and they were surprised to see a beautiful girl with their brother.
I have
Machi
about 10
protested
minutes
to her
left.
brother for
10
immediately hiring
minutes.
Shiori without introducing the rest of the house. Finally, Machi invited Shiori to go around so she could know every corner of their apartment. Later, Shiori would also live with them. That night, Ichiro was confused because Shiori was nowhere to be found. Machi said that Shiori wanted to eat alone in her room. Machi had a conspiracy that Shiori was an alien girl or maybe a demon. Around 9 p.m., Shiori and Ichiro were still working. Shiori then made Ichiro a cup of coffee. Machi came and told Shiori not to force herself at work. She said that her brother was not good at working with other people. However, for the sake of both of them, he had recently become more active at work. Ichiro realized that he had to replace his father's role as a parent. Shiori, who heard this, was stunned. Returning to the study, Ichiro asked Shiori to rest, but Ichiro refused and started telling about herself. Shiori said that she started reading manga at the age of 19. Her grandmother liked manga and had a huge manga collection. Only Shiori was allowed to enter the collection room to read her manga. Shiori's ambition to become a manga artist emerged when she read Ichiro's manga. After that brief chat, they decided to rest in their respective rooms.
The next day, they both continued working. The cycle continued to repeat itself for several days. Ichiro often asked Shiori to rest because he was afraid that Shiori would be tired. But Shiori always refused because she felt she was still able to work. Ichiro noticed that one page of the manga was missing. When he searched the room, Ichiro managed to find it. However, the page was still a rough sketch. Shiori offered to help him. Ichiro refused because he didn't want to add Shiori's work. It made Ichiro stressed because he didn't sleep at all. Shiori once again offered to help Ichiro. Ichiro finally agreed and said he would give Shiori overtime money. Finally, the manga was finished the next morning. Because they stayed up all night, they ended up lying in the room. Ichiro forgot to photocopy and send all the documents. Ichiro woke up and saw something stuck behind Shiori's lower back. Ichiro thought it was a pen. Ichiro intended to take it but accidentally pricked his finger. Ichiro felt like he was in another world for a few seconds. Shiori, who was surprised, immediately looked at Ichiro. She was very angry with Ichiro, especially since Ichiro was connected to her now. In other words, they had made a promise of love. Shiori said that in her home country, this was only done by married couples. However, Ichiro explained that he only wanted to take the pen that was stuck. Ichiro apologized to Shiori, and Shiori also apologized to him. After clearing up all these misunderstandings, Ichiro became curious about the tale. Because Ichiro was a good and honest person, Shiori actually thought his actions were very beautiful. Shiori then explained that she was the daughter of a shooting star of Meteorite Island. Ichiro, who heard this, couldn't believe it because the story was like a fairy tale. Shiori said that their relationship could start from friendship first. This made Ichiro confused. Shiori was of alien descent. She also explained that whoever was stabbed with her tail, that person had to marry her. Shiori could only surrender. However, Ichiro told her not to force herself to follow this tradition. He said that everyone didn't know who their soulmate was. However, Shiori said that fate chose her as Ichiro's soulmate. Shiori, who still felt sleepy, was allowed to go to her room to sleep. Not long after, Masahiro came to Ichiro's house. He said that Ichiro would get a color manga license. Meanwhile, Shiori in her room was trying her telepathic powers, but didn't work because the distance was too far. The next day, because her assistant's duties were finished, Shiori said goodbye and wanted to go home. However, something strange happened to Ichiro after Shiori left. Machi went to Ichiro's study and caught him having a fever. Shiori then sent a message to Ichiro, but Fumio replied and wrote that his brother was sick. Because she was worried, Shiori immediately returned. Shiori came over to Ichiro and explained the reason why he had a fever. It was all caused by her. She asked Ichiro to hold her hand to ease the pain. The fever appeared because they were far from each other. It was punishment for Ichiro. They were now attached and must always be close to each other. Ichiro apologized to Shiori. However, Shiori didn't mind and was willing to look after him until he recovered. Ichiro said he got a license to draw color manga. Shiori was excited. Shiori looked at Ichiro's colored sketchbook. Ichiro tried to ask Shiori's opinion about the picture. Shiori showed a very nice picture. Because Ichiro's fever had really gone down, they held hands again. The touch made Ichiro's body lighter and fresher, until he fell asleep soundly. Shiori felt uncertain about their relationship. To carry out this bonded relationship, Shiori finally decided to permanently live in his apartment. When Ichiro was cleaning the grass behind the house, Shiori came and intended to help him pull the grass. Shiori didn't know what Ichiro was thinking now. It turned out that Ichiro was thinking about how to cancel this engagement. Shiori said that she had ordered her friends to help her. They then went to the department store to buy clothes and other necessities. When Shiori tried on many different clothes, she looked very beautiful. Ichiro was stunned to see Shiori's beauty. Then they stopped by the bookstore to buy some of Ichiro's manga. After that, they had lunch. Then, Ichiro found some information about Meteorite Island. The island started from a crying star. Its tears were shared with several other children. So even though the star had gone, its feelings remained for the chosen children. But it was all just a fairy tale, because in reality the star was a meteor. The tears in question were microorganisms implanted into the bodies of Meteorite Island residents. Shiori's grandmother was the first child to be implanted with a microorganism. That was why Shiori didn't know the outside world apart from understanding the world of manga. After hearing that her grandmother was the one who helped her get off the island, Ichiro apologized to Shiori, because now she had to be tied to him. But Shiori didn't mind that because she wanted to understand what love really was. After that incident, Ichiro was always embarrassed. He was in his room always thinking about that. The next morning, Machi and Fumio came to ask their brother's promise to take them to the zoo. But when they were about to leave, it was raining heavily. They were forced to cancel plans to go to the zoo. Machi and Fumio felt disappointed. Ichiro tried to do his work again. He found it difficult to carry out Masahiro's request, who asked him to just focus on the romance story. However, Ichiro always imagined Shiori's face, who confessed her love to him yesterday. In her room, Shiori looked out the window at the heavy rain. She felt disappointed because she couldn't go to the library. She filled her free time by learning to draw before Momoka's digital tablet arrived. Shiori worked for Momoka as a digital assistant, but in the middle of his drawing, she realized that she had drawn Ichiro's face. Shiori became embarrassed herself. She began to understand her feelings of truly falling in love with Ichiro. She became nervous herself, remembering her time with Ichiro yesterday. Her face flushed when she thought that yesterday was her first date. She felt embarrassed because she felt she had hurt Ichiro's feelings. She instead told Ichiro to find a way to end this engagement. When Ichiro was going to get a drink outside, he met Shiori, who was looking at Machi and Fumio, who looked gloomy. Shiori then offered to entertain them both. Ichiro felt helped and thanked Shiori. He promised to catch up with them after he finished work. Shiori and Ichiro seemed to act normally as if nothing had happened yesterday. But after they separated, they misbehaved with each other. Shiori came...
Six people. Malapit na. At ano lang. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Magpo-post. Mahina yung net. Nantok na ako. 10 minutes na lang ako yung tulog na ako. Sakit na leg ka. Mahina yung net. Ano nangyari? Patrick Linderson. Thank you.
Into the room and tried to cheer up Machi and Fumio. She asked Machi to tell her fortune. After Ichiro finished work and entered Machi and Fumio's room, he saw them and Shiori gloomy. It turned out that Shiori asked Machi to tell her fortune. She accidentally pulled the card too hard and tore it. The cards were Machi's favorite. Seeing that, Ichiro offered to make Machi a new card. Machi looked shy, but actually she wanted it badly. Ichiro and Shiori then asked who Machi's favorite fortune teller was. Ichiro wanted to find references to the cards used by the fortune teller. After finding out who the fortune teller, Shiori, was the one who broke Machi's card, she planned to go to the library to look for the book. It made Machi and Fumio happy again. But after a while, Ichiro felt worried because Shiori went alone. He was afraid that Shiori would get lost on the road.
Patrick
Seeing
still
that her brother was
there.
worried, Machi told him to follow Shiori.
Patrick, thank you.
Ichiro left in a hurry. He met Shiori halfway, and luckily she was fine. After that, they both went home. After that, they immediately made the cards. Shiori helped by making the card background. After the fortune card was finished, Machi was so happy because the results were very beautiful. Shiori then asked Machi to play fortune telling again. However, this time Machi appeared completely with full equipment and fortune teller clothes. Machi seemed like a real fortune teller. She was very enthusiastic. Becoming a fortune teller had been her dream since childhood. That night, Ichiro made a plaque so no one could dismantle Machi's fortune teller's place. He saw the fortune telling ball that his father had bought for Machi. It turned out to be a mini projector that displayed many beautiful constellation images. Not long after, Shiori appeared, and they chatted together. Shiori mentioned her love confession yesterday. Ichiro tried to think of the answer. He was actually happy to hear that, but he was still unsure whether he should continue this relationship to the level of marriage. Moreover, his affection would definitely be shared with Machi and Fumio. Therefore, Ichiro still stuck to his first plan, which was to cancel their engagement. Without Ichiro realizing it, the more he distanced himself
I thought you were 17
the more
early.
black spots covered his body. Ichiro felt he never got enough love from his parents and also didn't have a stable job. So he wanted to express his feelings to Shiori, and he also fell in love with Shiori. Instead of
Talk to each
refusing,
other.
Shiori accepted
Osanda,
Ichiro's
Patrick,
confession.
thank you.
That was because they both loved each other. The next day, Ichiro, Machi, and Fumio prepared again to go to the zoo. Luckily, the weather today was very sunny. Shiori then came to their room. Machi also invited Shiori to go with them to the zoo. It seemed that Ichiro and Shiori were so awkward since last night's incident. They were now officially dating. Shiori also accepted Machi's invitation. Ichiro was hesitant about telling his two younger siblings that he and Shiori were dating. He was confused about explaining Shiori's origins to the two of them. Ichiro intended to find the right time to say it. It turned out that this was Shiori's first time coming to the zoo. She felt very amazed and excited to see all the animals there. After taking a group photo, they made a schedule and then continued touring. Shiori was very happy looking here and there while taking photos, but she accidentally saw a pair of lovers holding hands. Shiori wanted to do it too. When she saw Ichiro's hands were already holding Machi and Fumio, Shiori became disappointed and sad. After playing with the guinea pigs, they all washed their hands. During the walk, Ichiro accidentally met a lost child. Ichiro intended to help him, and not long after, the child found his mother. Machi saw Shiori and Ichiro's flushed faces. Shiori let slip and said that since yesterday they were officially dating. Ichiro was shocked and tried to calm his two younger siblings. Luckily, they both accepted Shiori as their sister-in-law. Ichiro promised to work harder and not make out too much while working. Shiori said she wanted to ask Machi and Fumio's permission so she could have some time alone with Ichiro. However, Ichiro panicked and said that he would always be with and look after the three of them. The four of them started to get to know each other. As they continued their trip, Machi teased Shiori by asking what she liked about her brother. A few moments later, while his two younger siblings were enjoying watching animals, Ichiro and Shiori had a moment alone. But they still seemed awkward. Shiori invited Ichiro to hold hands. Gently, Ichiro immediately held Shiori's hand. It was the first time the two of them held hands. On the other hand, Machi felt delighted to see her sister holding hands with Shiori. However, the three of them were shocked to see Shiori suddenly crying. She didn't feel sad but felt very happy. In Shiori's hometown, her family was very worried about Shiori's condition, especially Shiori's mother. That evening, Ichiro, Shiori, Machi, and Fumio returned home. Ichiro was excited that day, but when he looked at his empty sketch sheet, he became sluggish again. He finally returned to the reality of his life. On the other hand, Shiori was thinking about what Ichiro liked about her. She was curious about it and wanted to ask Ichiro directly. She went downstairs to the study room. She then met Chihiro, who wanted to make a cup of tea. Chihiro was suspicious of Shiori and Ichiro. She felt something had happened between them, but she was too afraid to ask. Shigeru wanted to leave, and she said that Ichiro was in the kitchen. Shiori went to the kitchen and found Ichiro was sleeping. Suddenly, Shiori wanted to touch Ichiro's neck. His neck looked tempting and she couldn't hold to touch it, but she pulled her hand back because she remembered touching someone without consent was not polite. But then again, she thought they were already a couple. Shiori then asked Ichiro, who was half asleep, whether she could touch his neck or not. Ichiro said it was okay. Shiori then touched it. While pretending to sleep, Ichiro was so embarrassed when Shiori touched his neck. Shiori then went back to her room and wanted to sleep, but she realized she forgot her main objective, which was to ask Ichiro why he liked her. The next morning, Ichiro submitted his manga to Masahiro. Masahiro read it, and he was pleased with Ichiro's work. He was curious about what had happened to Ichiro in the last couple of days because he never made such a great story before. When Ichiro went home, he remembered yesterday's event. Ichiro saw Shiori come out of a room. Their interaction was not awkward anymore. Shiori told Ichiro that yesterday she went to 2 places to apply as an assistant, but Shiori got rejected in the first place she went to because of some differences in the drawing style. As for the second place, she had not got an answer yet. She realized she did something uncomfortable while she was there. It made the condition awkward. Shiori's boss was Sono Hayato. At first he was happy with how good Shiori's drawing was, but Shiori slipped up by saying she was a princess. Even though in the end they overcame the weird conversation, it created some awkward tension between them. Ichiro tried to comfort her and said maybe she needed some time to get used to the job. Ichiro told her that next week she would also get a new job from Masahiro, hoping that Shiori would make some progress. Ichiro offered her his help because he wanted to make Shiori feel better and happier. But suddenly Machi and Fumio showed up. They said that eating meat would be so much fun for Ichiro. Shiori didn't mind it because she also wanted to eat it. Later that night, they all went to eat meat together. After they arrived, they ordered yakiniku. Shiori and Machi were arguing about how to eat yakiniku properly. It made them indirectly close to each other. They were enjoying the food so much. After they finished eating, Ichiro thanked Shiori for accompanying them. Shiori was thankful too because Ichiro asked her to come with him. She was so happy. It was so different when Shiori was in her home. Because she was a princess, she never played with the other children her age, she ate alone, and she felt restrained. However, after she left the island, she got more experience in life. She learned not to give up easily for doing something that wasn't easy. That was the reason why she wanted to learn more to cover her flaws. Hearing that, Ichiro asked her not to push herself too hard. But suddenly, he felt wrong for lecturing her because he was nobody to her. Shiori didn't mind about it. Instead, she thanked Ichiro for his words to make her a better person. At home, Shiori was looking for Ichiro. Machi said her brother locked himself up in his room right after they arrived. Shiori was confused and wondered whether she said something wrong to him. Because she mused too much, she didn't realize that she was pouring her coffee too much until it spilled. In his room, Ichiro was feeling low because he thought he could have said something better to her. It was hard for Ichiro to tell his feelings abruptly. Ichiro decided to write a letter. But again, he found it difficult to find the right words to express his thoughts. He then drew several illustrations to complete his words, but he still thought it was hard. In the end, he used manga to express it. The next morning, after Ichiro spent the entire night making manga for his feelings, he went to Shiori's room. She opened the door and apologized for what she said last night. But Ichiro didn't understand what she meant. Ichiro went inside her room to talk face to face. Shiori showed him her hard work from last night. She learned how to make an effect. Ichiro was embarrassed and unsure about giving her the manga he made. Shiori saw something behind his back and took it forcefully. After she read it, she cried because she was moved. Ichiro put all his mind and feelings into the manga, which mostly explained his admiration for Shiori. Shiori was moved when she found out that Ichiro made the manga 80 pages long. The misunderstanding between the two of them was resolved, and they started to open up again. While at the office, Ichiro got a call from Sano. Sano said that he heard news that Shiori was Ichiro's former assistant. Ichiro was surprised to find out that Shiori was working with his friend. Sano said that Shiori fell in love with him because she said it herself yesterday. Ichiro was surprised to hear this. He told Sano honestly that he and Shiori were dating. Sano,
I'm gonna end in a minute.
felt relieved and accepted Shiori as his assistant.
Wasanda and Patrick, thank you. Patrick and Asanda. I'm gonna end my live in a minute. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Shiori entered the kitchen, but she still felt awkward because
Thank you for the support, Patrick and Asanda.
Ichiro realized this. Ichiro was then permitted to call Machi and Fumio. But when he went to their room, they were not in his room. When he came down, he saw Machi and Fumio already with Shiori.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.
Shiori to a picnic too. They planned to make a pilgrimage to their father's grave and then had a picnic. Because Machi and Fumio didn't want to go as Shiori didn't come.
Bye-bye, Patrick. Bye-bye, Asanda. I'm gonna end.
Chihiro was seen coming with them too.
Thank
When they arrived at the
you.
tomb, they prayed in front of it and laid some flowers. After that, they went to the park and ate all the food that Ichiro had made.